Hey, this is Russ Bain with Roleplaying Bubba Grader. We're playing Ashen Stars. This is Abundance. Session 2 of the Holiday. That's the ship you're on. So, yeah. So that's why we have KC, played by Tom, who is a bug man. Very weird. For weird choice by Tom, but I'll allow it.
Yeah, I thought I would try something utterly unique.
I know. Then we have Ethel Voltaire, played by Renee.
Hey.
Then we have Io Wow. Is that right?
Io Wow.
Io Wow, yeah, sorry. And then we have Jason playing Val 1338. Is that right?
1138.
1138, sorry.
It's all good.
Damn you, notes. And then, of course, there's Gary.
I am given to understand that one
your
would be happy to be
captain
here.
And strategic coordinator.
Oh, Gary.
They
We found under a park bench.
Such a great guy.
I love him.
Let's see here. By the way, let's see. The other ship, by the way, the other group is called the Silverhawk, named by Aaron.
Of course it was.
Clearly.
And they also have an NPC strategy coordinator named Barry.
I came up with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so show of hands. Who is surprised? There are no hands upraised. That's what I thought.
All right. So in the last session, as we got started, you took your first job on the planets of Abundance 5 at the city of Rio Bravo, where
Dun, 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 dun.
yeah, it was a synthetic culture, uniform result world. 3 major factions: the Cowboys, the Rebels, and the Karenites. And basically, you are going to the town. The mayor of the town, Jebediah Sampson, wants you to go deal with a problem on the moon. They send out a ship to excavate some ruins there, and they haven't heard from them in a little while.
We choose to go to the moon because we were hired.
Yes. So, let's see here.
There may be sophits who are
you've
injured.
heard varying rumors about what's going on, why they're doing it on the moon, and you can, of course, speculate all you want about why they're not replying. It could be that they just dug so far deep that they can't, send their signal out.
Yes, it's totally mundane what happened there. Surely there will be nothing wrong there.
You also have a special assignment to keep the excavation on the moon. Had 3 factions, and the Karenites started it. So, of course, they have the xenoarchaeologists, but also some rebels are on the excavation crew. And then, of course, some of the Cowboys. So they're all keeping eyes on each other. All distrustful.
Firearms.
Yep. And Jebediah Sampson Jr. is the leader of the excavation crew.
I apologize, this will happen a lot.
Yep.
We have been informed that Mr. Sampson should be saved at all costs.
Yes.
The mayor does not particularly care about the outcome of the survival of the rest of the crew.
You got it. Are there any other details you want to bring up? Remind the other crew?
There are chronotons, possibly, floating around within the ruins, I believe would be the right term. Yes.
Yes, there's also meson shrapnel, which is
Meson shrapnel,
yes,
yes.
meson shrapnel is the totally legit term, not just technobabble, used to be a Deus Ex Machina / plot device.
What?
Yeah, it's in the book. It's fine. So
The halls are going to be full of hand
All right,
radium.
Ross, that deserves a golf clap.
So, you can see from orbital scans for free. At least one of you has was it energy signatures is the skill or the
Yep.
Yeah.
you for free you can see that they basically prefabricated spaceport, kind of like a Quonset hut. But, just slapped on the moon.
Slightly more advanced.
Yeah, it's slightly more advanced. It can hold air and everything in the atmosphere. But basically, and then there's a couple of bubble domes that you can put your ship down and the bubble will close up. So that's sort of the cheapest kind of temporary settlement. Then you can also see like a big hatch that they've built. Obviously, that's the hatch protecting the ruins. Or they've probably put atmosphere into the dig site, so they don't all have to wear spacesuits while they're excavating, or at least maybe not Full spacesuits are just like breathers, so you don't have to because breathers are pretty cheap and spacesuits are easily punctured especially when you're digging. So, so you're guessing that's the standard stuff. So there is one large ship, a freighter.
Survive in space for a duration of 20 seconds. I suggest we take our breathers with us, just in case.
The bubble domes are for smaller ships like yours, the Holiday, but there's also a freighter parked next to the spaceport that's just hooked up directly, and they have a little air tunnel there. The freighter seems to be running on standby. The freighter is a Karenite, so it's called Expansion Pack 1. It's a standard name for Karenite vessels. To just call them Expansion Pack 1, 2, and 3, and so on.
Initiate humor reaction. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
In the other group, we established the leader of the Karenites is called DLC. And their second in command is Micro Ransaction. Yep. Nope. They worship a space messiah who is probably a hero who helped save the universe with 3 different color energy beams. I want to have fun too. All right.
Hey, I like.
If Tom's having fun, I get to have fun too. I do
Whoa! What the shit is that, Ross?
So
I have been informed on numerous times that this would be considered humorous by some sophomores.
David's deep into character. Loving it. So, so you can the bubble dome. The mayor did give you security codes, so you can park in the spare bubble dome for free. There's a shuttle in the other bubble dome, so there's 2 total. Or you don't have to though. You could land nearby, get in your spacesuits, and then try and check out the freighter or check out the spaceport if you want to be more paranoid. Obviously, you wouldn't be if you land on the bubble dome. You're not gonna, and there's somebody bad inside. They could keep the bubble dome closed and then flood the area with poisonous gas, or just shoot at you while you're sort of trapped there. So, how paranoid do you want to be? You'd also make spins like energy signatures. You could
Geology spend?
Hollow surveillance?
geology spend. What are you trying to figure out?
What is the surface geology of this moon? Where is a
it's an
safe
airless
place for us
moon.
to land. Where would be a spot
for
where,
free, you
if
could-
necessary, they would be able to. Okay, can we land in this spot without having to worry about A, rock collapsing underneath
Yeah,
us,
that's
or
free.
B, assholes drilling up and puncturing the ship from below?
I assume our pools did not refresh.
No.
Okay.
I
I have 1 energy signature to spend.
So for free, if you have geology for free, you can find 3. You see 3 places to park your ship. 1 within sight of the dome. You know, it would be a short walk to either the spaceport or the freighter.
I do have geology.
I do as well.
Geology
Medium
bros.
would be obviously more of a walk, but you would be out of line of sight of that. So if the freighter opened fire with its weapons, your ship would be safe, but you're going to have to hoof it. Or you could be long distance and be basically a long ways away, and that they wouldn't even know that you're there. Like right now, you can scan them, whoever's there, if they have passive sensors like thermal sensors and shit like that.
The hell?
UPS.
All right. Yes, universal proton servicers. They're
is your proton out?
yeah, it's your protons. They're there
Wait,
to
is your proton decaying into neutrons?
yeah,
It's
basically.
like, well, kick those neutrons in their teeth and get them back to the positively charged particles you know and love.
Exactly. So you're getting
Behold
unwanted
the
space
power
call.
of positivity.
Space spam. So that's annoying, but it's just a fact of life.
Well, I would not like to speak to sophomores in my area, although thank you for the offer.
No, thank you, spam. I am.
David, don't. I see when you say Sophins, I know what you're referring to, and I appreciate that reference. So, anyways,
That dude is having the worst day of his life. It's very much a noob.
Oh.
He's driving an old beat-up truck.
was it UPS?
Yeah.
Like, was it wrapped in barbed wire? Like, I had to fend off 4 more Raider gangs today.
No, it sounds like he's pre that stage where it's about to break down and like he'll abandon it and somebody else will find it and turn it into that. Probably my character from the not actually happening Red Markets campaign?
It's on hiatus. It's not dead. That which is not dead can eternal lie. Even strange odds, maybe Caleb
Rises
will get
stronger
an
and
opening.
harder, et cetera, et cetera.
Et cetera, et cetera. So,
That which doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
so yeah, or you can scan them. Right now, you're just doing passive scanners, which basically give a heat, radiation. So you can't tell who's inside.
But active scans, they know we're scanning them.
Yeah, it would be more obvious, and you would only be doing active scans if you're suspicious or paranoid. So it's like signaling, like they can see you, you can see them. If anyone's there, like you can't tell if anyone's
let's
inside.
Let's just assume
the
everything's
freighter.
fine. Do you want to yes, we're trying to contact anyone down there?
Yeah, no one's hailed you yet, except for the automated hailing system. So there's no one. No one has said, "Hey, what are y'all doing up here?"
Do we want to try to do that first?
So, like, how paranoid do you want to be?
Well, like we can just. I'm assuming probably everything's fine. It's probably just a bad transmitter. It's probably nothing bad going on.
And also, do you want to check out the spaceport, the hatch, or the hatch is separate from all of them? Like so there's three things. There's technically 5 things: 2 bubble domes, spaceport, freighter, and hatch. The hatch has a small person-sized entrance, and then there's a cargo. It's basically a vertical airlock, so you assume there's another hatch below it. So, but there's a person-sized tunnel in it, and then the big cargo one. So, to paint a picture, and to get back to your geology question, it's a geologically stable moon, rocky, kind of like Luna, our moon. Lots of craters, stuff like that. But there's no tectonic activity. There's no seismic activity.
Not a lot of bombardment.
Not a lot of bombardment. It's a pretty. There's a reason why this was
It's a giant egg.
Definitely not. That would be ridiculous.
Is it a giant egg, Ross?
I don't like that
egg.
smile, Ross.
But yet, you haven't made any spin sets, so you haven't scanned, done ground penetrating radar or anything like that to see if how much they've dug up or things like that. Or the Karenites must have done active scanning in order to find the ruins because they're not detecting it with passive scans. So, yeah.
My character is definitely the type that would run in and then, if everything goes tits up, sort it out then. So,
hey, man, I'm sure it's all going to be okay.
So you want to hail them first?
I'm fine with flying.
How long can you tread vacuum each?
Well, in a spacesuit for
that's a funny question.
No.
The reason I ask is because if everything does go, as you say, tits up...
Who the hell says that? No, there's no humans in this. Oh, wait. It's one of those things Gary used to say.
I said it.
Oh, yeah.
And
that Gary.
Val literally just said it 3 seconds ago. But
I wasn't listening.
if the situation were to go, as Val says, tits up, I would rather that we park in a place where we can extract ourselves. Because prudence is a good idea.
Once you land in the bubble dome, you could make spins to take over the system, so no one could trap you in the bubble dome. That kind of
we
thing.
potentially shoot our way out of it.
Yeah. It's literally a bubble. It's made out of a clear material, so
Yeah.
you
So
can easily see.
we have.
That would obviously. Be
So
spin,
what
so
upgrades did we buy on the ship again?
The ship does have weapons.
A
Yeah.
lot of guns.
I know we bought. I know we bought a lot of guns.
Wait.
That's kind of what
We
I'm
like
getting at.
guns.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain that if we were to shoot it with the, disembowulator or whatever gun we picked up on the ship, we could probably blast our way out of that bubble dome.
Yeah.
So do you want me to try to hail them?
Can we land? Is it automated that we can land without hailing?
I suggest that
don't
we
hail
land
us.
at...
All right, I'll bring it in for a landing.
And perhaps we should land at the Sea of Tranquility where they cannot shoot at us.
So
Hey, man,
What the hell is that?
tranquility.
What the hell is that?
it's labeled. It's on the star map. The moon map.
Yeah.
It says Sea of Tranquility.
It's like being untethered from.
But then you'd have to walk
Notions of
across
time
on
and
spacesuit.
space.
So you're bringing it into the bubble dome. Sounds like. Wait, you're the pilot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
If we land outside and things go bad, we have to extricate ourselves.
Yeah, I really
native means.
And I hate a hostile evac out in vacuum.
Yeah.
I'll bring it into the dome.
All right.
I think shooting it out at close range would be preferable to sitting ducks out in the open in vacuum.
All right, coming in.
All right. Automated system, it's like a garage door opener.
It's making noise. Bing. Bing, bing.
You land. You don't have to make a spin. There's no risk, no hurry. And you land. It says, please wait 30 seconds for the atmosphere to be reestablished.
No one tells me what to do.
So
Easy bug boy.
yeah, I mean, you can be wearing spacesuits, but just have the helmet off so you don't have to,
Does this rag smell like chloroform to you?
Like,
wait, I need that. Oh, yeah.
like,
Gary.
oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, Gary's here.
I've got problems.
Like, all
No
right,
one chloroform can
all right, guys, listen up. Before we
clean
go,
them, sweep them away.
whose turn is it to draw the dick and balls on his face this time?
I think it's hers.
All right, or we could always do that
Nah,
thing for
man, that's not my game.
it. All right, like me, it is then.
Yeah.
All right. So you land.
Please do not draw them with the razor blade, as that makes more blood.
The atmosphere is reestablished.
Whoa, dude,
you
that
can
got
leave the
dark.
ship and go on the spaceport.
I'm not a monster.
Again, it's super large spaceport. It's clearly just meant for emergency supplies and sort of like a place to sort of go right before you head into the dig site. So everything's prefabricated. You've been in these kind of facilities before. Very frontiers, very kind of, bare bones, minimalist. There's just a few benches with one wall screen for briefings, and it's just stacked with supply crates, metal supply crates. There's one door leading to the airlock leading to the freighter. That is closed and locked. And then there is another door that actually leads downward. They built a underground tunnel that leads into the human airlock for the hatch. So they've so you didn't detect that earlier because you didn't make any spins, but so you don't have to go out on the surface to go to the excavation site.
Okay.
There's also that's it. You also see right by it. There's a little sort of yard where they've set up like basically a space forklift and heavy supplies that are clearly
Space forklift.
Yeah, cargo mover thingamajigger.
No, I hope we see space lumber.
Yeah. Spacebot.
Is Sigourney Weaver operating the thing?
Nope, no one's there.
Would surveillance be helpful? Can I tap into
Hollow surveillance?
Huh?
Is it just surveillance or hollow surveillance?
It's surveillance.
Okay. Is that investigative?
It's a general ability.
A general ability. Let me look it up.
Would that be useful to?
I don't see a hollow surveillance on there. So
Hull surveillance is not a general ability. It's the
surveillance is watching others so that we watched in turn. So it's you have to roll it. So that's tailing people or things like that. So so investigative, all kinds of spins could be made. Imaging would work. Actually, you could mess with the wall screen.
I'll do that.
All right. 0, 1, or 2 points.
1.
Okay. You break through the password on it, just a standard password. You see the briefing. You have access to all the files on
password?
Here.
Password 1.
Yeah. Peck and Paul was right. So
Like, what is that?
I thought that the one for the ship was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it's the Earth standard.
That's your luggage.
there was a space post-it note next to it, so that's what.
I want to know what a space post-it note looks like.
It looks exactly like a normal
regular
post-it note.
post-it
It's
note,
just,
only-
but the adhesive is nanite.
oh yeah, exactly. That's the difference.
Nano adhesive.
So
That will
it
stick
sticks-
to literally everything.
Yep.
And it only comes off if you say the correct passphrase.
Exactly.
Or you make the right mouth noise and you go, and you pull it.
Yep. Or you send disassembly nanoswarms to disassemble it. But anyways, so surveillance. You see how they've done multiple briefings. They actually, it looks like they were staging crews. So like, the Karenites were doing this pretty professionally, it looks like, sort of a by-the-books excavation. Does anybody have, is there an archaeology or xenoarchaeology or anything like that?
There is xenoculture.
There's archaeology.
There's archaeology. I don't have
There
it.
is an archaeology?
There is archaeology.
Okay, so archaeology would be perfect. But
anybody
you can
have it?
see
No.
Gary must have
Gary's got
it is also networked, it was networked, and the network connection has since been lost, but there was something that was uploaded from the network. Actually, 2 messages. One is help, and 2 is help, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
That's 3 exclamation points. That sounds like a...
So
problem.
there's the briefings and then the 2 helps that were sent from the excavation site to the wall screen.
Like, you want me to see if I can try to contact someone down there?
Oh yeah, the first help is just normal, like
Hey,
upper and
assistance
lowers.
required.
Yeah, well, it's just upper and lower. Well, you haven't looked at it. Do you want to look at it?
Yeah.
Okay. First help is, let's see here. I need a name for a crew member.
Zabadoo.
No, they actually have there. Let's see here. Welsh.
Patty, patty, buke, buke.
Welsh, will you please reestablish radio contact? We think the transponder is broken. Please help. The second one, though, is because you spent the point, you can actually see it. It is a sound of some underground site, and you hear disruptor pistols being fired, and some sort of screeching sound. It says, we're being overrun. Welsh, get your ass. We sound the alert. Get the reinforcements. We need help. Don't you dare lock us in here.
Right.
Something bad happened here.
Well, you want me to see if I can see if anyone's still
It
alive?
was data right before they went silent.
Would a biosignature scan give me anything? Can I?
Would data retrieval give us the time stamps for both of those?
Oh, you already have those. He made a spend on surveillance.
Okay.
So you're going to do that. So if you want to understand the briefing, that would definitely be archaeology or something like that. Biosignatures, yeah, you can make a point. You're near your ship. You can access your ship's sensors from here. So if you want to make a point spend, you could.
Okay. I'm not exactly sure how this works. So this is part of my ocular implant analyzer that I have. It allows me to perform biosignature and energy signature reading.
Oh, okay. Well, if you can do it yourself, yeah.
Yeah. So I can do it in me. I don't know how to keep track of points used for my cybernetic enhancements.
Do you have? Is it one of those things where you're basically saying I have this ability now?
I think so.
Okay.
If I'm understanding this correctly. I don't know. I'm not trying to game the game.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Well, this is part of the point of this adventure was to everyone learn how this game works.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, so you're using your eye implant so you can use the ability.
Right.
But in terms, you don't have the biosignature skill yourself.
No, I don't actually have a point.
Okay, but you have something that lets you have those abilities.
I mean,
what was that? You're telling me about
it is on. You can perform biosignature and energy signature readings without a scanner. So I don't know if that means you had to have the tool and I don't, or if that means I get. To
normally, if you look at biosignatures, aided by your tether and/or shipboard scanning devices, you home in on trace energies by that. So basically,
so I have biosignature. Can I read the whatever? Would that mean that together we could read it?
Yep.
Or okay.
From anywhere, basically.
Yeah.
So he tells you what his eye sees, and you tell
So
him
right
what
now,
it
it's not. You don't really. It's not necessary because you're near enough your ship. You can just use that.
Okay.
But when you go, for example, in the excavation site, you can make that spin.
Okay.
Do you guys want me to try to see if there's anyone still alive?
So you want
That's
to
what I
make
was
one
trying
point.
to do without alerting.
Well,
the
I
computer
have
network,
a boosted biosignatures, so I'm going to spend 2 points and only actually spend 1.
Yeah. All right. 2 points. There is one human in there in the freighter. He is sitting by the power plant. He's clearly trying to conceal his presence. That's why he's staying next to a high energy source. It's a shielded reactor, though, and you can tell he's not perfectly hidden by it. Part of his hand is sticking out, so you can see that. Judging from his heart rate and everything, he is very scared, male, human. With 2 points, you identify him as Colby Welsh. A member of the cowboy faction who is a technician.
Hey guys, poor little Welsh is over there.
There's no other energy signatures that you can find, but there is you do pick up, because you spent 2 points, you can see there is essentially some sort of barrier about 300 meters down that's blocking all sensor readings.
Well,
so
what do you say we get this guy?
So you can't tell if there's anyone else on the moon.
Hey guys, there's this poor little tiny cowboy.
Well, you're good with people. You want to see if you can get him out of there?
Yeah, man.
If you can coax him out, come on.
Yeah, man.
There's a PA system. You can basically, ring the doorbell and say, "Hey, try and talk to him."
I see you.
But he's locked the freighter up, so you can't just
You can
enter in.
You can attempt to communicate.
You can.
Yep.
I would suggest we communicate
use,
first and hard breach if necessary.
What do I got here? I got some.
I hate to use the nerve gas.
Calm intercept. Would that work to
Is that
hack my
general
way into?
or-
That is a general.
That is a general.
And then I've got some reassurance.
Reassurance would be good.
Probably reassurance.
I've also got respect, downside, bureaucracy, and bullshit detector.
Yeah, I
So-
don't.
You don't want
I
me-
don't actually
is
have
it-
a lot of stuff and everything,
Well-
but I have a little bit of.
Well, the best thing I could do is like, hey, human, you look really cute. You want to come out here?
Well, that's
That
not.
might not be appropriate.
I'm just gonna say that's not
I
gonna
could-
work.
I could also like inspire him.
I say reassurance.
Well, you know he's afraid because you got 2 points. You know he's afraid.
Yeah, so I can use my reassurance.
All right. With
to,
that,
Anything else I can reassure you
Hey,
about?
little doggy, it's gonna be okay, man.
oh god, you saw my signature. I was trying to hide, but you came from off world. Oh, you're from the planet. Your ship still works, right?
Yeah, man.
And you know how to fly it.
Well, I don't, but my bug friend does.
I was hey,
So if I come out, you can just take me back to Abundance,
I mean,
and we can
gotta
nuke this
try
moon, right?
We gotta try and figure out what happened. First, man.
They all died. Rocks fell. Everyone died.
How do you know that?
I'm really traumatized by it. I don't want to go down there.
yeah,
I mean,
Hey, man, it's gonna be okay.
you really should have listened to that tape, and you would know a rock slide wouldn't cause disruptor fire.
Oh, you saw that.
We're actually good at our jobs.
Oh, well, I saw that too, and that's why I'm terrified.
No, that's fine. Look,
That's why I locked everything up.
but hey, if you want to, like,
I was trying to get the ship to work, but then I realized I don't have the security codes to run the ship, so I'm kind of trapped here.
we are eventually going to leave. You can come with us.
Okay, so we'll leave.
Oh, we have to find out what happened first.
You found out what happened. They shot each other, and there's no reason to undo that lock.
And
Nah,
and
man,
sc-
you
and-
don't even know, man.
and screeched with an inhuman sound.
Oh, that was
Bullshit detector.
yeah,
I'm not even gonna
0
spend. I'm like, it's like you're terrible at this.
Yeah, he is.
I can't. It's like I have a hard time reading human faces, but even I know. Wow, you're just.
Yeah. Oh, look. Okay. With the point of reassurance, he's talking to you. So
Right.
he doesn't want to go out of the ship unless you promise him you'll take him off.
Dude, we got this great guy named Gary. You can hang out with him.
Yeah, in orbit, away from this place with the monsters.
I mean,
Did
eventually.
you say monsters?
Well, I mean, they sounded like monsters.
You said it was rocks.
Oh yeah, no. Well, you saw the video. You saw the thing.
We didn't actually see
Mr.
anything.
Welsh,
Oh.
what happened to Mr. Sampson?
Well, he was down there. They all were. They said they were going to make a big find. I was just up here because I'm lazy.
As the mayor was the person who hired us, we must recover Mr. Sampson's body before we may leave.
Oh, I'm sure it's gone
Why are you sure of this?
because of monsters.
You
The
saw
monster
them?
rock
Did you
slide?
see them?
I saw. I mean, on the video that blurry shadow thing.
Well,
that-
see, in our line of work, blurry shadows are not actually evidence. We actually have to go down there and find out. That's what good workers
Okay,
do.
let me look. Just tell me how to start the freighter up, and I'll pilot it somewhere, not here, and
Look,
then I'll
dude,
be.
we don't have the freighter codes.
Okay. What if we all steal this freighter and we can start new lives somewhere else?
Because we're not pussies.
You're lasers. Dang it! I thought you were criminals or something.
We have
We prefer mercenaries.
Hey, we actually,
yeah, exactly.
We have actual jobs.
Okay. All right. So I'll give you the code to do the lock. You said there's someone on board your ship, Gary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'll look
man.
after
Pass me
you.
to him. I can maybe, and he can talk me through on how to start the freighter up.
No.
Sure.
Like, no,
We'll be
I
fine.
was like,
Gary
no,
doesn't know
Gary's-
things, man.
Chloroformed out to the yin yang. Just do it and get what we need.
wait, it is Tuesday, isn't it?
It is.
Shit. All right. Look, I think he's asleep right now.
Don't tell him that. Just give him what he wants.
I will connect you to the ship so that you can communicate with Gary.
Gary's
But to do
great.
so, we would need to unlock the door. Would you care to let us
I'll unlock
in?
the door to the hatch. I'm not unlocking the door to the freighter.
That's fine.
All right.
Unlock the hatch.
Okay, here you go, our mercenaries. But I mean, I'm just saying we could all just take this freighter, and I'm sure it's worth a lot of creds, and we'd be fine. Yeah,
You're
not
kinda
here.
Cute.
God.
In like a tiny little bug kind of way.
All right. The hatch door, it leads to the airlock, the vertical airlock leading down to the exploration side. So you got some information. You know, he was scared. He was a lazy,
Scared.
Scared. Well, he was up here as a monitor, essentially. Maybe tell Stacy sorry. I didn't, she went down. We were stationed up here together as monitors.
Why didn't you call out,
How
man?
can we tell her sorry if she is dead?
Good point.
Where
if she is alive.
Where exactly did you last see Stacy?
Right where you are right now, about to head down.
What was her condition?
She was fine. She was yelling at. Well, she was really angry. She was yelling at me.
I bet she's still fine.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, I hope. Yeah. Well, if she is fine, tell her I'm sorry, and that somebody had to stay behind to tell their story of how they all.
Why didn't you talk to the planet?
I don't know how.
You're not a very good spacer, are you?
I know how to lock the doors.
You're also not a very good monitor.
Look, I'm a believer in the cowboy, our culture of using firearms and horses and cows.
Apparently not.
No, I am. That's why I'm not good on the spaceship.
Actually,
Mr. Cheese, can you please tell me why you did not lasso the varmints?
Because they're not varmints; they're monsters.
Yeah,
what is the difference?
I'm sure it's the Moilar. It must be them.
I'm well familiar with the old late 19th century Earth Old West traditions, and I can tell you they don't go to moons. So you really shouldn't be here.
I know. I was ordered up here. That's what I've been saying this entire time.
And the
Rodents
other
of
thing,
unusual
Mr.
size?
Cheese,
I don't think
you
that
have to
exists.
keep in mind that the cowboy aesthetic is not one that lends itself well to being yellow.
All right, are you making a spend of some sort?
Downside.
That's criminal culture. So
inspiration.
Inspiration? Yeah, that would work actually.
I've got inspiration.
I do too. I have 2 points of inspiration. Dude, I believe in you.
I've got respect
I
or
think you can
reassurance.
change
I don't
your
think that fits.
Okay.
Other than to
I'm coming out.
Kind of respect.
And also, this guy-
respecting the culture.
Yeah,
not
I would
the
never
man.
flirt with this guy.
That works.
I would never flirt with this guy.
Yeah, if you want to make
He's
a
terrible.
point, if you want to spend a point of
He's
inspiration
man.
or respect, you can get him to come out. You can coax him out of there. So
I'll
you're
spend my
spend a
respect.
point. Okay. David's go.
He's
It
just a
would not
scared little
do
pigeon, man.
All
for
right.
you to be yellow. It is time for you to cowboy up, as the phrase goes.
All right, you hear him cock a rifle, and he comes out with a Winchester. All right, here with the mercenaries. I'll show you.
Thank you for joining our passy.
What's a passy? Is that a laser word? Is that a
Nah, man, he means posse.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure he meant passy.
So what is that? So what is that?
You tell me. You're the cowboy.
Well, I've heard of posse.
That must be the word.
Look, man, I got a point in linguistics, so I recognize these things.
Look, human language is ridiculously weird to me.
All right, so with
I
Welsh
remember a
showing you the way.
missionary who once explained that the difference between Old Earth languages was very pronounced. Some are very rich in idiom, while others are not. A missionary who said he was tickled to death to be there had the words translated to "scratch me until I die."
Yeah.
All right.
This is why I wanted to be a cowboy. I didn't want to deal with all this.
You don't want to go join the circus?
What? Well, we have a circus, but it's just got
Oh shit, you do?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
it's got like clowns and
Real
It's all
ones?
right,
yeah,
Mr.
of
Cheese.
course. They're just
Do they eat children like in the old vids?
what? No,
Oh, lame.
what? Anyway, let's.
Patrick, you are disturbing Mr. Cheese.
It's
No, I'm not.
Welsh.
Look at him. He's fine.
My name is Welsh. Why do you keep calling me cheese?
I'm sorry. I thought that Colby was a form of cheese.
Oh my! What? Let's just get this over with. All right, so but
Hi, we don't know what. Hi, we're culturally insensitive. How
all
are you?
right, so he shows you, to the tunnel leading from the spaceport to the hatch, and it's just basically there's actually two parts of it. There's an elevator that can fit all of you. There's also a emergency ladder leading down. Gravity here, by the way, is still
Close to 1G.
no.
Oh, it's much lower?
Yeah, it's a moon. It's smaller than the planet. So the planet is about 0.92 Gs. It's a little smaller than Earth. This is about 0.3 G. So you can moonwalk and stuff like that, like moon bounce, stuff like
That's
that.
good to know.
But so
come up the ladder.
Yeah.
Fun times bouncing.
So, but there is gravity, so you can't just. It's not free. It's not microgravity. So I assume you take the elevator. So. And there are there's industrial mining equipment there. There's a big rock pile, sort of little supply base. Security lights are on.
I'm sure she's going to be.
There's a rough tunnel with a big radiation hazard symbol. It looks like they set up a power plant here at the dig site. That's what's drawing all the power. Looks like it's lights are still on. The air is still there. There are rebreather masks. It's very cold. It's not well heated. The air is stale, and there's very dusty. There's a lot of rock dust in the air. So
I suggest rebreather masks for everyone.
Welsh just automatically reaches for one. So,
especially one for Kerchak.
Yeah.
It seems that the space dust does not agree with Kerchak's lungs.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know anything about my lungs, man.
My
lungs are awesome.
Yes, I do know everything about your lungs.
Welsh said, yeah, we made, there's the power plant, there's the main briefing room, there's the kitchen and showers and lockers and everything, sort of our little base area. And then we just dug sort of a one shaft that sort of, we went in a big spiral down to the signal. And they got about pretty close to the signal, and they found this metal spherical barrier. Just a little part of it. Scans said it was like big old dome, like a mile wide or something like that. Maybe a whole sphere, and there's something hollow. It was hollow inside. So and it was a real advanced metal or something. And so they were going to breach it, and they breached it with a plasma drill. And then they went in, and then I saw that, and they, no signals gets through that metal barrier dome thingy. Well, that's how it is. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, I don't know much.
I'm sure it's fine.
Thank you for your description of the situation, Mr. Welsh.
Everyone give me some trouble.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
All right, that's very good.
Spend 1.
5.
Okay.
8.
Wait, you rolled 2?
4.
I rolled 2. Sorry.
Should I re-roll
Nah,
now?
I rolled wrong. Sorry.
Okay.
5.
By the way, I am activating my brainwave recycler, so I'm going to get one of those 2 points right back.
Okay. All right, so let's see here. So everyone got at least a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Tom.
I got 4.
Okay, so you're kind of like trying to fit the rebreather mask on is kind of awkward.
Like, man, why can't people have normal shaped heads?
Bugs, dude.
But the rest of you can see something. It's like I said, it's not very well lit. There's kind of like industrial mining lights set up on little poles, and some other lights sort of haphazardly strung, but it's very shadowy and very gloomy. But there is air, so you can hear things, and so those of you who make at least a 5 do hear something kind of whistling through the air. And you look up in time, and you see a small little globe of a sort of a grayish color being hurtling towards you.
I deploy my gun hand.
Okay.
And
are you trying to shoot it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Would either energy signatures or biosignatures give me anything?
If you want to sit and try and scan it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Which one?
Energy signatures.
Okay.
It's inorganic.
Do I need to spend a point or just?
If you want to spend a point and scan,
okay.
2 points would be if you can.
I only have one.
I have one.
Okay, so we both spend our energy signatures.
And mine's boosted, but I don't know.
You can't really. You don't have time to coordinate.
Okay.
So do you have 2 in it?
No.
All right. That's explosive. So, and it's hurtling towards you.
I shoot it.
All right, you're shooting it. All right, this is going to be a very difficult shot.
I spend 4.
All right.
That'll be a 7.
All right, there's a very large explosion. Everyone needs to make athletics checks to not be knocked down by the shockwave. All right.
That's an
Spending.
8.
All right.
I'm spending 1.
I'm going to get one of those
Be a
back.
7.
Also spending 1.
All right.
Ooh, 3.
Okay, you're knocked down.
I'm dodging.
Well, it's not dodging so much as just not being knocked back by the shockwave.
Yeah.
He shot it before it could be a threat. So
Okay. That would be an athletics.
that would be athletics.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Okay.
Are you spending points?
I am.
How many?
1.
All right.
3.
All right, you're knocked. Fuck. All right. You take 3 damage, and you take 1 damage, Tom.
All right.
Casey, as you are knocked low gravity. You're knocked back a lot further. You're knocked back along the far wall at the end of the tunnel, and slam into it. These are sharp rocks. There's not really much in terms of erosion, things like that. Those of you who make it, you're fine. Yes?
Kinetic spend. Can I tell where that grenade came from?
How many points are you spending?
I will spend 2.
With 2. You see, in fact, you can trace that path for low gravity exactly. And you see a shadowy figure behind
I'm
the
going
supply
to shoot
crate.
it with my beacinator.
All right, well, we're now into combat.
Oh,
as the surprise round has ended. So
I have regeneration,
okay, well,
but I'll wait for the. That's gonna have to kick in.
Also, well, none of you cared about him, so he got slammed into the wall too, and he takes 2 damage. So
I'll drag him out.
Well,
I'm not a fighter. On my turn.
Let's see here.
Well, you should go hang out with Gary, man.
What are you doing, and what pool are you using?
I just fell, so.
Well, it's a new. Well, that was a
Okay.
surprise round. This is a new round.
I'm going to, I guess, shoot.
All right, what's your shooting pool?
My shooting pool
Your
is
absolute
6.
maximum. Okay. Because basically the initiative is determined by your pool.
Oh, okay.
So the highest pool goes first. Val. Yeah, it's your highest pool, not your current rating. So
Right. Oh, you just need to know my shooting?
well, if you're shooting,
Well, I'm trying to decide if there would be anything better to do, but
I don't know. That's a judgment call. That's not my place to make.
Right.
Fortunately, disruptors are non-lethal.
They can be.
They can be.
They start out that way.
They do start out that way.
That's fair.
Unless you have taken the time to jailbreak your gun hand.
Well, about that.
Have you jailbroken your gun hand?
Yeah, I forgot. Can you just flip a switch to turn it from lethal to non-lethal?
You can,
Okay.
but it takes an action to do so. Unless you repair the weapon beforehand and just rip the switch out.
Okay. Anyway, so
Or
what
lock it.
what
If
what
you're
pool
shooting them
are you
to
using?
knock them out, would you want to shoot to kill? Like, it's the same idea.
What are you going to do?
All athletics to
Like,
try
what
and
would
run
you
him
do
down and
about
catch
it?
him.
Okay. What's your athletics pool?
8.
All right. We'll come back to Casey in a second. I guess he'll be acting last. What are you're shooting?
I'm shooting.
What's your shooting pool?
5.
All right. His is 14. So he will be acting first.
Great.
And he will be shooting at you because you shot his hand grenade. It makes him mad. So your hit threshold, I believe, is a 4 because your athletics is 8.
Okay.
So he needs a 4 to hit you. He'll spend 2.
Right.
And he is using a weird alien weapon that you don't recognize. Like you don't reckon that grenade, by the way, was not in the standard database.
Fun
weapons.
energy signatures.
Yep. And he got a 4, so he hits. So you will take 6 damage.
Oof. All right.
Yeah. It's a weird, sort of a microwave heat radiation kind of weapon. So you're just, you hear your metal buckle under the heat and stress. It's not pleasant, but it's just an instant and you flinch out of the way. So that was a 14. Who was the next highest pool? Casey, what are you doing?
I'm actually going to go check on
All right, that's athletics.
right.
What's your athletics pool?
5.
All right. That's your highest, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Not your current rating. All right.
You were.
So you're
at
actually
8.
last.
I think my 8 would be then.
Yeah, because mine. 6.
Yeah. Yeah. Athletic. Go ahead and make your athletic checks.
Okay.
You're still up, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's a 3, so...
All right. You can move to cover, or you can get closer, or be closer to him.
I think I'll move to cover since everyone else wants to shoot him and he
All right. You get to you dive under a supply crate that's not really closer to him, but it's in cover. Yeah, that's good. So you're not allowed to have him. What was your shooting pool?
My shooting pool is 5.
All right. So
Mine's 6.
All right. So you're next.
I'm gonna spend 2.
Okay.
Shoot him with the beaconator.
4.
4 will hit.
Are you using the beaconator?
What's the beaconator?
That's the one that allows all of us to lock onto him.
I don't. Do I have a beaconator?
Everybody's
I thought
supposed
we
to
all
have gotten
purchased a
one.
beaconator.
Oh, okay. Yep, I do. So yeah, sure. I'm using the beaconator.
All right.
And then I need to roll to see how much damage I do, or
Let me look up the beacon,ator, what it does.
That is on
think it
page
just
144.
Hey,
lights
thank
him
you,
up.
David. That was
You're
really
welcome.
useful. Modifies the frequency of a disruption beam so it serves as a genetic scanner, transferring information on a successful target struck to your gun. Lowers its hit. So it modifies your disruption gun. So yeah, disruption is, I believe, you're using a pistol, right?
yes.
All right. Yeah, 1d6.
6.
6. All right, you hit him. His hit threshold is now a 3. And his health goes down. He staggers back.
That was like really cool. Not cool, man.
Yeah. Also, you don't have time to, target DNA unknown. So it's not one of the known species. Partial match, actually, it says. But you don't have time to really look at that.
Yeah.
What about you?
I am going to shoot him with the beaconator.
Go for it. I'm going to say it's not cumulative.
I think it is a cumulative. Because it said multiple shots from multiple beaconators.
Oh, yeah, it does. Anyone else in your head also fires against provide. No, everyone benefits from it. But it doesn't. It drops by 1 point. Yeah, otherwise it would make it too easy. But
since that's the case,
it's part of your disruption gun, so you can just shoot him with your disruptor anyway.
Well, yeah, but I've got multiple settings on mine.
Okay.
Since he was hit by the beaconator to start with, I think I will use the Serenitizer Archer 1000,
Okay,
which is on page 145.
okay. First you need to roll the hit.
Now, man.
All right, go.
Spending 2.
Yep.
And I will get 1 back. That will be a 3,
Okay.
which is right on his hit threshold.
Yep. It has no additional effect. He is not using a disruption weapon. He was using a microwave heat gun. A weird design. 1 point of damage. He's still standing.
Surprisingly.
Yep. So that's everyone's action. You have to go. Yeah, make your athletics check.
To get to Mr. Welsh.
If you roll really well, you can pick him up and carry him to safety because low gravity. But if you roll poorly, you'll have to make a hard choice. So.
He rolled poorly.
I don't know.
Yeah, I did.
All right, you definitely get to him, but you're out there in the open. Unless you want to dive to cover and leave him, or throw him to cover.
Or
you could
I'll
punch him to cover.
Or for now, until I can get out of here, I'll use me to cover him.
Okay. All right.
Hold on to my insectine embrace.
It's like
Shelter under my loving
it's
carapace.
I guess I could just lean it with her.
All right.
It's like just let it out.
New round. The antagonist actually steps forward, holding 2 weapons, both identical. He actually has 4 arms. He actually looks vaguely insectile.
So you want on me?
Actually, do you have is culture
History, Kitchvik?
Yeah,
I had that at 2.
Oh, okay. Do you want to make a spend?
I do.
Okay. How much of a spend?
I'll spend 2.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And that's boosted, so
yeah.
fuck yeah.
You get a point back. So you know what this is, and you know this is actually a kind kind of like a cyborg drone built by predecessors of your people, like a long time ago, It like how the fuck is an ancient to create?
So it's a machine.
It has organic parts, so basically kind of like a pod morpher, Terminator-esque.
Oh, not good. Kill it with fire!
Yeah, and it's about to go into, you recognize what it's going to do. It's going to fire all its weapons and then sort of take as many enemies as it can with it, and then cause itself to go self-destruct. So that's why it's advancing.
It says, it's gonna blow up! Kill it! Or get into cover! You, grasp tightly.
Okay. So that's what you do in your action, is to convey that everything. So he's going to make a shooting attack on anyone not in cover, as it just runs forward. Now it's going to make a base attack. It's not going to get any bonus. It's spending all its pool points to make the special attack. So basically it'll get in between all of you and then explode, causing all of you to get by shrapnel. But first it'll make a special attack on all of you. So, you're in cover. Mm-hmm. You're not in cover. But you're the only one in cover. So, no one else, everyone else is. So, your hit threshold. What's your athletics, Renee?
Mine is 4.
Okay. All right, definitely hits you.
Yeah.
For 5. Oof. You're in cover, so you're fine. KC. Nope. What's your hit threshold?
3.
All right, you're hit. For 3.
I've taken 4.
And what's your hit threshold?
My athletics is 4, so I believe that makes it 3.
Yep. And it hits. 4, 6. Now it's about to explode. So, so you can it's definitely going to explode. So you can either make targeted call shots to try and, take out essentially shoot the connections to its power plant, which is now exposed, and sort of, disarm it, essentially. Or you can athletics away.
I'm going to athletics it with him.
Okay. You can basically, so I'll just go from left to right. So first off, Ethel.
I'm gonna try and shoot it.
Or you can just do enough damage to it to cause it to explode before it gets in range.
I'm gonna try and shoot him.
All right.
Because my shooting is better than my athletics. So I'm gonna spend it again.
Okay.
Still using the beaconator, though I'm not sure if that works anymore or not. But
yeah.
So that is 5.
All right. You definitely get the bonus to hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
4.
4. Okay. That takes
11.
it to from 1. You said 4.
I did 6 earlier, and then 1, and then 4. So 11.
4. Yeah. All right. It's barely standing. So. Do you want to go?
Yeah. Well, let's shoot. Spending 2.
Okay.
That for a 6.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
That's not what I meant to do, but 2.
2. All right. So,
It's just popping out all over.
Is it still up?
Nope. It does go down. So, good job.
Bunker.
You managed to overload it before. Of course, it is slag as it melts down. Melts into the rock floor for a little bit.
Just like a. How are you?
This is why I didn't want to come. Why did I listen to you?
Hey, you're fine.
This isn't helping.
I can't tell with you humans. So this is not helping at all?
All right, so you made 2 points. So basically, the Krichik had there's legends of a sort of predecessor species. There are legends that haven't been sort of totally authenticated, but there definitely was a species similar to the Krichik that roamed the galaxy for millennia before you were active. Your species was active. And it's believed maybe the Krichik were sort of maybe Prometheus, by them. And this is sort of there have been sightings of this rare, elusive insectile species, on this planet, not on this planet, but in general. And they have there's different categories of these sort of drones. They have organic components. They're kept in stasis pods. They apparently, for some reason, they never built totally inorganic robots. They always use these sort of
Pods.
Yeah, pod morphs kind of thing. So cyborgs. And but they were programmed to guard important sites. So this is a big thing related to your species' own history in some ways. But the other types of drones that would be there would be simple guardian swarms, which would be, or guardian robot or cyborgs that could be more easily. There are ways to sort of brute force hack them, overwhelming their heads with your language could be one way. Also, things that your species reacts to, they react to in a similar way. So even though they're robots, they have sort of instinctual response. Hunger would actually be a good way to distract them or get around them. But they're obviously this is obviously a more advanced combat model that was meant to prevent people from entering the site again. So
I'm actually gonna I got to report this.
Yeah.
Back to my people. This is huge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now you're underground, so it would be hard to reach your own ship at this point. Well, actually, no, you're not too far from your ship. You could also go back up the elevator. And
in the meantime, I suggest we take turns on Overwatch while I take care of the wounds.
Yeah, that's good.
Medic checks.
I think I'm hurt.
I'm at 50% health as well.
73.
50% as well.
Let's see here. 73. Yeah, you can only use it. Let's see here. I've relearned the medic rules.
Oh, I'm down to 60. I'm down 60%. No, 40%. So I'm a little less shoot up than you.
Yeah. Character with the medic ability can improve your condition by spending medic points. For every medic point you spend, you regain 2 health points. Unless you are the medic, in which case you're going to regain only 1 health point. So it can only restore you to where you were before the incident, which you received the latest injury. So so whoever wants to spend medic points can. 2 to 1 for other people and 1 to 1 for yourself. You don't even have to roll.
So, how many wounds do you have?
I have 8 with a grand total of 14 health.
Okay, so you've taken 8 damage?
Yes.
Okay. Well, since I still have my head thingy on, I'll spend 4 and regain 1.
Okay.
To get you fully healed up.
All right.
Okay. How many wounds do you have?
I'm at 5.
Okay.
How much damage have you taken?
Yeah, 5.
Oh, 5.
Okay. I will spend 2 and regain 1.
Okay.
So that will put me to 6. How much damage have you taken, Tom? I will spend 2 and regain 1.
Okay.
Which will put me at half of my medic skills, which puts me to 5.
So was Welch hurt at all?
Yeah, he took 2 damage. He was knocked back by the shockwave, remember?
Yeah, well,
How injured does that make him?
2 points worth?
Out of?
You don't know. He doesn't.
it would be 1 point to heal him.
The NPCs, you don't get an exact health score.
You can just
it's a minor wound for him.
go send him. Hey man, let's just put him on the ship with Gary. He'll be fine.
It's a good idea.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any medic skills?
Nope.
Nah,
Unfortunately,
man.
no.
All right. So
I
medic
heal
skills.
machines when they get breakdown.
I don't really even feel like you need medic skills because the Cosmos will heal you.
Well, yeah, that's great, but it won't. I've never had the Cosmos heal
that
me.
is a very illogical statement.
Nah, man, it's not illogical.
All right. So, now the problem is you have access to the primary camp site for the dig. And up ahead, you see the entrance to the main tunnel, which they were doing sort of a spiral. So it's a massive sort of opening up of a spiral leading down to the barrier. You haven't peeked at the barrier yet. You haven't. I mean, they breached it obviously, but you don't know anything what's going on below there. So you can investigate this campsite more. Like I said, there's 3 main areas: the briefing room, the mess hall, and the locker room. Or you could also just go straight in the dig site. There's also a lot of mining machinery and equipment and stuff scattered around, so you can make preparedness checks to get an awesome drill, like in, I don't know, Total Recall or something like that. If you wanted to be like, fuck you, Bernie! Yeah, exactly. So
Jesus Christ, how do I remember that movie?
Because
that's
more
what. No,
Tom.
that's the
you
good.
watched it a lot.
That's the good Total Recall
That is the
movie.
good Total Recall.
Yeah.
What about evidence collection?
Yeah,
Anything
there's
off of that?
Yeah. What kind of things are you trying to figure out?
Just I don't know. I mean, we know these weird bug.
For 1 point spend, you can try and sort of get a timeline of what happened.
Yeah. I think
All right. So by investigating all three areas, 1 point investigate evidence collection, you get a sense that this camp was set up, as a 3-part thing by 3 factions who didn't trust each other, which is why they all sent a bunch of people up here to make sure the other ones weren't fucking around. So the Karenites were in charge of the technical stuff, the actual dig. And the cowboys and rebels did brute labor for the most part because that's all they could be trusted to do. And so the Karenite, at the briefing camp, have very technical things explaining what they're hoping to achieve, what they think is in the excavation site, and things like that. You need archaeology to sort of decipher that more. But they are clearly... They're trying to keep the rebels and the cowboys. You see, obviously they basically had separate areas of the mess hall they were eating in. They actually set up a brig to deal with disorderly conduct, quote unquote. So things were very tense. They were clearly not getting along, which was affecting the efficacy of the dig. And so but you do also see evidence that they were going to make a secondary camp past the barrier, because apparently it's like several hundred meters from here straight down to the barrier, and it's just too much of an effort to keep going back and forth. So they had another prefabricated hut that they were going to set up, and it looks like they did. And because there were a lot of weapons in the camp, because again nobody trusted the camp, so. If this was their most advanced model that was fighting you, there's a good chance they could just be under siege. They're just literally holed up in their little bunker, or hut, essentially, trying to figure out what to do. So there's a good chance they could all be alive, but you just can't contact them because of the barrier. Right. Because even though there's a hole in it, it's just big enough to let people in and out. And, it would be hard to bounce a signal directly through and get it back.
I would like to make a preparedness roll.
Sure.
To do 2 things.
Okay.
Actually, it's probably 2 preparedness rolls. Preparedness number 1, I would like to raid their medkit, because with this many factions that distrusted each other, I'm fairly certain that dust-ups were inevitable.
Yep.
And so basically I'd like to refresh my medic skill a little bit by picking up more supplies. If that is possible.
I would allow 2 points of preparedness to give you 1 point of medic back.
That'll work.
All right.
And then...
how many points of preparedness are you doing?
I'm actually going to dump 4.
Okay, so you get 2 medic points back. All right.
And that will put me up to 5 so that I actually have enough to...
Okay.
Fix us up if we get shot
There are
again.
definitely some altercations. With 1 point of evidence collection, it looks like things were beginning to turn around, because... Everyone was there. You see several notes and references talking like, payday, or, like, oh, we're all going to be rich, or because a massive alien artifact find like this.
Go get the artifact, guys.
Yeah. Even the
get
cowboys
back to the
are
van.
like, yeah, being a cowboy is great. Being a rich cowboy is awesome, like,
no such thing. What are you going to buy? A bigger dude ranch?
Well, maybe pay people to protect your planet while you pretend to be a cowboy.
If it was larger?
So you don't have to deal with aliens and spaceships and stuff like that.
Also, more alcohol.
More alcohol.
But if you're rich enough, I have my own whiskey
so
distillery.
You said, was there anything else you want to do for Bryce?
Yes. Courtesy of Kerchik and his role on the fact that we could distract them with food, I would like to raid the mess hall.
All right.
And I would like to cue the MacGyver theme music to rig up a beef bazooka.
Okay. Make that. How many points are you spending?
Why don't I spend 3 points of preparedness on that?
All right.
Would that be systems repair?
Preparedness is fine.
Okay. Like I said, if you want me to build you a bazooka, I'll build you a bazooka.
7.
Yeah, there's a pneumatic tube there. It looks like they're setting up a pneumatic tube system to move supplies in and out. So,
Ross, it was for firing meat at each other, wasn't it?
yeah. And you realize you grab all the protein packs, the soy beef flavored protein packs.
Okay, that shit's gross.
It's pretty good, actually.
Well, but that's my other character.
Here's what we do.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're going to roll the soy inside this bread, so I'm going to make a salt horse and hardtack round.
Yeah.
What is he saying?
He's making a sandwich bomb.
Oh, okay. Why didn't he just say that?
I believe our compatriots getting into the spirit of this world.
Oh, God.
So...
They were about to face the long arm of the lunch.
Hey.
Dun, 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 blah.
So, yeah, what else do you want to do here? Is there anything else?
Are there any like sensors or data pads with any of their research on it that we can find and look through?
Yeah, you made
hollow surveillance to look through that and see if there's or is that more like a detective, like spying stuff?
I'd allow that. I mean, they kept records of it. How many points are you spending?
How many could I spend?
You can spend 2.
I'll spend 2.
All right. You actually find the head researcher's notes.
Okay.
They were sort of hidden away on a tablet, but with that, you're able to sort of. They actually has a video recording or hollow recording that he's obviously hidden. Doesn't want other people to see. It's to a university, or addressed to a Karenite university somewhere else. So, esteemed colleagues, I've made a discovery of a lifetime, multiple lifetimes. Here is the egg. I don't know what else to call it. It is a perfectly spherical alien artifact connected to the nomadic predecessor race to the Kerchik. We have encountered several drones.
Oh, it's the Kitchik. My name is Kerchik.
Okay.
Kerchik.
So he shows you a 3D image of this, hollow image of this. It's basically it's probably about 13 feet in diameter. It floats. It is on a little sort of bowl-shaped pedestal. It's underneath it, but there's nothing connecting it, but it's just floating, sort of suspended. We've detected some sort of neutrino signals, meson signals from it. It's very advanced. We're not sure exactly. It started emitting, which is how we picked up on it. We thought it was meson shrapnel at first, but on further analysis of the energy signatures, we realized it was something else. And so we dug down, we found this. This is priceless. It is self-powered. It is not nuclear-powered. We're not sure how it's powered. We're not sure why it's been active. Dating the chamber it was found in it's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years. For some reason, it's connected to certain... There are records it's connected to, but of course, because of the boogie conundrum, we cannot... we're not sure, but it might have something to do with Mohilar. We're not sure, but this is very important. It is the symbols on here. I would like help translating. They speak of warning, of danger, of impending doom.
Severe tire
of course,
damage?
it makes sense to try and open it.
Well, this is this artifact. He says it's not. Almost to answer your question, so we are obviously not trying to breach the artifact. We're not sure we could. We're not sure what it's made out of. Some sort of advanced metamaterial, self-repairing, self-perpetuating, and it is a work of art. But yeah, we're not sure. They clearly held this to be a very important device. And we're not sure how its own signal penetrated this barrier that's around. That's several miles in diameter. Imagine building a 5-mile long metal hollow sphere and burying it inside a moon, and then building an entire complex inside this hollow metal thing. We have theories about how they built it. Perhaps they made liquid metal and poured it in and then froze it in place around their burial complex. But it's a great find.
And then they put it inside of a moon. Almost as if
we
they
have
did not
found
want
that if you
people to
move
find
the
it.
bowl, the pedestal, the bowl that's underneath it, it falls along with it. And will actually raise up or go lower to get in smaller spaces. So, I will try and send this out, but I believe our next thing will be attempting to move it onto the freighter, so we can move it back onto planet, so we can then begin a proper study of it, and of course to contact you. So it looks like just injuring the place, and that's where it ends. So it looks like that's what must have triggered the defense mechanism, was attempting to move it.
Okay. So the feed that actually showed the sphere itself, was that just a representation of the sphere, or was that actual video footage of the interior?
3D, hollow video footage of the sphere.
Can I get a general sense of the layout of the area it's in from
the central chamber? Yeah. So basically, imagine a big 5 metal in diameter hollow metal sphere buried inside the moon. Inside it's rock, but they carved out a temple complex or some sort of burial chamber or series of chambers, and it's all very spherical. It's very much like a labyrinth, and in the sense that there's only one path. It looks like a maze, but there's only one path, and it's straight to the center.
Right.
And that's where they went to, the center. They kind of just went through all the walls to get to the center. It looks like all these side chambers contained the drones, and when they moved it, the drone
just sucked it off.
Yeah, swarmed. So,
So before we leave,
we need to hope there's not a Minotaur.
The thought occurs to me.
The Minotaur might have been the thing you've just killed. So, but there's little Minotaurs too, probably.
Yes. Ooh, and the thought occurs that if we are going to override all of their cognitive function, perhaps we need to strike multiple basal instincts at once. Friend Kerchik, would you care to assist with this?
Sure. What he said.
Rub the meat rounds on your bits so that they do not understand whether they need to eat them or mate with them.
All right.
All right.
He grabs a magazine. I'll be right back.
Excuse me, he's like, actually, and I do the bug quill, do.
All right. So that happens.
I'm loving it.
Yeah. All right. So you do that.
We are using science and basal instinct.
Yep. So
do you need me to roll virology on that, or
no? Don't roll anything.
Actually, give me 8.73 minutes.
Nope. You just moving on. Just moving on.
No, I'm gonna role play this out, Ross.
Nope.
All
no,
the
you
way.
aren't. You're not.
Because it bothers you.
It does, and then the antimatter bombs will hit. So,
I'm afraid of no antimatter bombs.
So, anyways,
that's what
so what's your plan to get in there? You could. There's only one breach in the metal barrier. Of course, there's a possibility you could make a new one if you wanted to.
Yes, because one hole into the sphere of death is dangerous, and two holes would be a great idea.
All right. Well, you don't have to. I'm just saying you could. So you could go in the breach, follow the path that the excavation team took, or you could follow the labyrinth.
Do you have any more biosignature points?
Yeah, man. No one.
You can't really scan unless you go to the breach itself or go inside the metal sphere.
Well, I was going to ask if we could do another biosignature spin for me to analyze the signature off the dead drone. Since it didn't blow.
It slagged itself, as I mentioned. You didn't make a called shot to try and preserve it.
Okay.
Can we message Gary and tell him what's going on?
Yeah, you could.
That would be prudent.
All right. Hey,
All right.
Gary, dude.
Hey! Made a friend!
Yeah,
His name's
no,
Welsh.
we sent him to you, man.
I'm cheating at cards!
You do you, man.
Yeah. I got, what do they call them? A horse now.
Yeah. Right. Anyway,
Where is he going to put it? And more importantly, how is he going to put it there so that your chick doesn't eat it?
I am not worried.
Why would I eat it?
You were eating them when we met the rebels.
Anyway, Gary.
Anyways.
This is what's happening. Info dump.
All right. Oh, wow, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, you just hang out, dude. We'll be back.
Yeah, no, I'm going to turn the engines on. If I get a size,
fly that thing.
I can get it into orbit.
Nah, man, it'll be fine.
I'm just saying, if there's a lot of seismic activity, I'm going to go into orbit because I don't want the moon to blow up while I'm on it.
Gary,
what?
Don't you leave us?
Well, if it's that much, you guys probably already going to be dead. Could you tell me if you're about to die?
Yeah.
All right, please do that.
We totally will, dude.
Okay.
And don't worry, like, if we do die, if I die, I'll come back and, like, haunt you. So you'll never.
And if I die, I'll just come back. I'll just rearrange my whole world.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Cosmic energy, man. Don't worry about it.
You don't know. I would feel bad.
You won't be alone.
Oh.
Captain Gary.
All right.
Do not worry. If you were to go to the orbit, that would keep the ship safe from any kind of seismic activity.
Yep.
We could then message you and let you know that it is safe to come down and pick us up.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I am certain that you would do so.
Oh, yeah, no. If
He can't actually fly it, so he'd have to.
All right, the password is varmint. If I talk to you and I ask the password, say varmint, because otherwise I know you've been replaced by alien doppelgangers.
Cool,
That's
man.
a prudent move, Gary.
That is a very prudent move, Gary.
Suddenly we're all, like, suspicious of Gary's background.
Hey, that was a very nice bench we found him under.
Anyway, all right. So what's your plan?
benches.
All right, so you've notified Gary.
Squirrel is right twice a day.
Welsh made it there, so
The herring has a good alarm.
you go. You can look down. You can see the big spiral pit that they dug to get down to the breach. They made a spiral pit so they could have a nice wide path to get the heavy equipment to it. It was just the top of the sphere. You can see it's just a pure black metal sphere with a big jagged hole in it that the plasma drill, burned through. Oh, the plasma drill is by the side, and it's just kind of like a backhoe, but with a big, plasma cannon kind of thing on it. So,
It's a good thing that some of us know how to operate heavy machinery.
Hey!
I do.
Not me.
So, and then they have essentially, basically kind of like a sophisticated, not like a repelling system. Like it's basically with repelling, but they have little automated things to bring you up or down. And then like a little, like kind of like window washer platforms on pulleys to bring equipment up and down. So it goes straight down further, apparently. So you only have a map. You only have a good eyes on the central chamber itself. That's what was on the hollow video, not the whole the area, because it's multiple miles in diameter.
Right.
But in general, they just dug straight to the center, so they ignored the labyrinth path around it. So,
and I mean, I hate to have to ask the obvious, but no movement that we can see.
not right now.
Okay.
But you're basically at the top of the pit. Like
Right.
you're pretty. You can see the breach, but you're nowhere close to it.
Okay. Well,
And because it's
Wanna
moon
go
gravity, you could just
spelunking?
leap down there.
Yeah.
Like it's not
well,
a big deal.
anybody got anything else they want, or otherwise, gun hand deploy, and out I go.
But I come back, meat's ready.
All right.
It wasn't my idea, Ross.
I know. So
All right, we have multiple rounds for the Suga.
That was fun. Thanks.
I'm going to say every time you use the bazooka, you're going to use it. That would be a preparedness test. Your first one will succeed for free, but after that, you have to spend at least one preparedness point per shot. And when you fail a check, depending on what you're trying to accomplish with that shot, you've just run out of fuel, essentially, or ammo.
I hope I gave you enough fuel.
Yeah. Anyway, so you all bound down to the center, right
Here we
above
go.
the breach. Are you just jumping down, or you're going to look over the edge first?
I'll look over the edge.
Huh?
Definitely looking.
Okay.
You look, I will cover.
All right. So you said you're just jumping in, Casey?
No, I'm just looking.
Okay. You look down. You can see again they have several platforms that they basically like window washer platforms that they used up and down. They're currently lowered. You see that they set up things, and they have another. It looks like they were drilling straight down, sort of. Well, not directly below it, but off to the side. So again, it's another secondary platform with some supplies. And going straight down to another thing, and then off to the sides, you can see the labyrinth It goes that way and that way. But
Sweet.
yeah, so you can follow the labyrinth, which basically it's just a spiral all the way to the center, or you can follow their path and go straight.
Well,
forward.
their path led to the defenses going off.
Yeah.
Why don't we, let's go to the labyrinth. I say.
I concur.
Good for meditation.
Okay.
Oh, it's like a meditation garden. Like,
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So you all walk the
Let
labyrinth.
us walk the labyrinth.
So
We will dance the magic
You
dance.
think there's any like tiny worms in here?
who's taking point? Are you all bunched up together, or is
Yeah,
someone going
I'll
to scout
take
ahead?
point. Yeah.
Okay. Are you? How are you doing it? Are you going to be far ahead? Or
Single file.
I'll say like
It's actually pretty wide. It's a wide tunnel. It's probably 40 feet in diameter. So
I'll say like 10 meters ahead, just in
Okay.
case there's something to step on.
okay.
I will
Sense
follow
trouble.
behind.
Okay. Since trouble.
Yep. For the scout.
Yep. I'll spin 2.
Okay.
That'll be a 5.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
There is a side chamber that is kind of concealed. So you can check. So you notice that. You also see footprints. These are boot prints of a spacesuit or a miner, someone from here. They're kind of leading, going the opposite way, the way you came. But then they kind of stop suddenly. Because you make it, you look down, you can see that there is essentially a pit trap. Sort of like a concealed pit.
Right.
So you realize there's no one there now, but you see drag marks. It looks like somebody was running, and then someone below just went up, grabbed them by the ankle, and yanked them down. It's very almost like a slit. It's very hard to notice. But a very narrow creature could grab somebody and yank them in there.
Clever girl. I relay this back to them that's there.
And once you all do that, you can all see more of these hidden chambers. So normally it looks like just a normal, like, smooth tunnel, but there's all these hidden chambers and tunnels and side passages that are concealed. So it's easy to stay on the main path because all these side chambers are small. But you realize that's where all these guardians must have been.
Okay.
So
And they're now empty?
Yes.
I'm checking them. Okay.
Actually, give me another sense trouble check.
Okay. Only got one left to spin, so
Say
that'll do
the
it.
word and I will use cognitive dissonance.
That's 5, so that should make it.
You actually see one that looks dead. Its flesh is desiccated. The metal parts are there. Looks like it's hooked into some sort of machinery that's embedded in the wall. So somebody with technical skills could analyze it.
I got some technical skills, man.
I don't think my neural rewiring
Chemistry.
counts for this. Enhanced integration. That's a side thing.
Yep.
I think does that let me hook into stuff? I can't remember.
Enhanced integration. Is that a interperson? Is that a investigative?
It's a general ability.
Oh, it's a general.
Yeah, it's a general. It's a side exclusive general.
I can either use...
Learning the game.
I think that's for you, though.
What?
The enhanced integration.
Yeah, that's mine.
No, I mean, like,
Oh,
it's for letting you have things.
yeah, you might be right.
Do you want things? Well, sure, we all do.
Well, do you have enhanced integration? No, you can have it.
I do have...
It's for it's basically for your own
For
enhancements.
my upgrades? Okay.
Yeah. Basically, when you don't have to pay upkeep or when they get damaged.
Right.
I didn't look up to see what the rules are when you take damage and whether your enhancements go.
Right.
But that's your ability to protect you from that. So, if you want to bullshit it and plug into it, I'll allow it. I
bet you will.
I've got forensic anthropology and virology.
I have chemistry.
I also have virology.
I've also got data retrieval.
Forensics.
Forensic engineering.
Zoology?
Forensic anthropology. So, let me look at it. We're learning things.
I'm helping.
Yeah, forensic anthropology would work.
All right. Spend one or two.
God, this is getting insane. Allergies.
Yeah.
All right, so you can see basically
Here.
Yeah.
it was a life support function. This whole thing is powered by something, and it's still active, but something malfunctioned, and so its organic components were kept in sort of stasis, but something malfunctioned.
The stasis failed and...
Yeah, the robot parts are fine, but you can see without the meat parts, robot parts aren't enough. In fact, it does have a partly organic brain. It has the same kind of microwave heat weapon. Simpler one. This is a less deadly, probably, more of a shock troop kind of cannon fodder design.
Well, the good news is, though, that since the metal parts are still alive, still operable,
No.
would data retrieval be good? Do a spend on that to...
How many points?
I've got 1.
All right. You can get the data, but you can't. It's in a language you don't understand.
If only somebody had linguistics.
Like I do.
What the fuck?
Yep.
TMZ.
All right. Actually, yeah. It would. You can get the data, but you're not gonna. With that and linguistics, you get a sense of the general thing. You're not able to get the specifics on this data, but if you wanted to try and brute force flood their systems, you could essentially you could use this machine to try and DDoS it, essentially the main network. So all of these things operate on simple instructions. This is obviously meant for a long-term storage. So basically, it's a very sophisticated species, but they wanted to make sure things wouldn't break after a million years. So they made everything very simple and very robust. But now that you've compromised this piece of equipment, you could tell it to, update my instructions 500 million times a second or whatever, and thus compromise the entire network or force a reboot or something like that. So you're not sure what kind of reaction would have.
Yes, I'm sure, having seen human adolescent behavior towards DDoSing, I can't imagine that anything bad would happen if we did that to this system.
Go on.
You can do it to other drones that are still intact, but
we have the wherewithal to do it, though.
This is true.
But you need the metal parts that have to be operable and connected to the network. You don't know if this is a wired network or if they use wireless. You're not sure how, it's physically plugged in, but you don't know how the other drones
Energy signatures to detect? Now that we're inside.
Yeah, now you're inside. Massive power source in the center. In the center of chamber. Obviously, you pick up the artifact.
Right.
And it's broadcasting a signal. It's meson. It's fucking weird. Whatever it is, you don't see it. It's heading out. You're guessing it not only... now that you pick it up, you realize the Karenites must have been really on the ball to pick this up, but you realize this signal is going outside the solar system. So it's broadcasting some kind of signal that with a very long range.
Well, that's bad.
That's odd.
Comm intercept?
And you can't really do that now. There's also a lot of other energy sources. There's a nuclear power plant nearby in the center near the center chamber. Not in the center chamber, but near it. So off to the side. There's also a lot of weird little energy signatures, and there's weapons fire.
Well, that's good.
Sporadic, not concentrated.
Now we know where to go. So can I get a bearing off of the weapon signatures and start guiding us that way?
Yeah, it wouldn't take you very long at all if you go back to the hole that they made, but it'll take you probably several hours to get there if you follow the labyrinth.
Okay. So there's currently a firefight. Do we shortcut to it?
I would say yes.
Yeah, maybe see if we can get a drop on it before we get into it.
Ethel.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Okay. All right.
I flick from stun to kill on my disruptor, and
Okay.
I head up.
All right. So you go back to the hole that they dug.
Unholster mine.
All
Also flick from stun to kill.
Yeah.
Reholster.
Okay.
But I'm still using the meat gun.
Oh yeah. All right.
Or as I call it, cognitive dissonance.
The thing is, they set up more platforms to go down as they were digging straight to the center. All those platforms are currently broken. All the cabling has been cut or destroyed. So there are emergency ladders at your level that you could throw down and climb down. But, an emergency ladder, it's basically a rope ladder, but, metal chain ladder. That's going to be pretty not stealthy. So...
Ross, you're going to make me spin my bullshit cybernetic enhancement, aren't you?
Yeah, it's moon gravity. You could jump and make athletics checks to basically wall bounce from wall to wall and then just slide down, really basically doing moon parkour.
Or I can backpedal and add that 7th cybernetic enhancement I wanted, but I decided it was prudent not to. The X grabs. I have rocket boots.
You can have, Oh, yeah, hey guys, I have rocket boots. I totally forgot that.
How do you forget that?
Yeah, or you could repair one of those, or you could. There's actually materials to make a new platform and lower yourself all down.
Oh wait, it's Tuesday.
But again, if you lower yourself on a platform, that's going to be way more noticeable than a ladder.
Right.
A rope or a chain ladder. So
I mean, my character is all about dynamic entry. But what do you guys think? Do you guys want to try and sneak this?
I'm going to say
I am not stealthy.
It's about 1,000 meters down. So
right.
Like,
moon parkour was the name of my
even at low gravity, you don't want to fall 1,000 meters.
Right.
Because there's air in here. Yeah, it's just not going to be fun.
The cosmos might catch you, though.
Yeah, that's a testable theory. That's something you could find out real quick.
I do not see any pink cocktail glasses.
So there's multiple ways to get down. What do you want to take? Also, actually, you look down, you can see it opens into the labyrinth along several ways because, like I said, the labyrinth's a spiral, so it cuts through the labyrinth on multiple levels.
Right.
So you don't have to. You could. It's 1,000 meters down. You could that's the parkour way is to bounce a couple levels down to that landing, then bounce down. So you're just jumping from. You just have to catch the side multiple times to not just fall straight down.
And where is the weapons fire in relation to this hole at this point?
It looks like it's the weapons are firing from near the power source.
Okay,
you would guess that's where they set up their cap.
Right.
They're guarding their reactor because that's obviously where they're recharging their weapons and keeping their floodlights and atmosphere generator going. So, yeah.
Well, how much repair stuff do you have?
Systems repair, I have 8.
But not
forensic engineering, explosive devices, industrial design.
Industrial design would probably work. I think we could bullshit that.
To build the platform?
To repair the platform, yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Spend a point. You can repair. You can set up the platform.
I'll do it.
That's the middle ground. It's not as stealthy, but it gives.
It's the least stealthy.
Yeah.
Well,
I think the least stealthy would be me rocket booting down, firing.
I stand correct. Yeah, rocket. Well, the rocket booting thing though is fast though. Like the platform is not fast. Well, you could. Well, Tom, do you want to use by their standard safety specifications and you're lowering down on a nice even rate, or are you just want to fuck it and basically have a controlled fall?
So Jeff Goldblum in Lost World.
Yeah. We're not OSHA.
Yeah,
do that.
Okay.
Can I spend 2 to make sure we're?
Yeah, you can jury rig it in minutes if you spend 2.
Do it.
All right. You set up one motor on basically there are 4 motors.
Hey, I keep forgetting. Hey, I am the technical officer. I can do this shit.
Direct everybody. So basically, you realize you're just gonna. It's that the last little bit you're gonna have to worry about where you're falling really fast. Everyone's literally holding onto the platform to not be thrown off of it. I mean, how fast is too fast for you, Tom? You want to be the point where everyone is literally holding on to it and they're being pulled away from it, or do you want them to just woo, like a really fast elevator? Just woo. All right, really fast elevator. So no checks for you guys. Okay. So yeah, you all get on. You turn it on. You're going down pretty fast.
like I make it. It makes that exact noise.
It does. And since trouble checks, everyone. All right.
Yeah, 5. There we go.
You're all together.
Spend 2, but it's boosted.
4.
6.
5. 6, 4. Everyone got at least a 4?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. So
we're professionals.
You get into the central chamber. You can see the central chamber. And it's very large. You see the artifact itself. It's on the pedestal. It's been dragged away from the center towards the hole. And then of course you see a horde of these drones, these cyborg insect drones, and they're being held at bay by basically they're Zuluing the disruptor fire, spacing it out to keep them
Volley
at bay.
fire?
Yeah, it's volley fire, but they're also they're at this point where they don't want their barrels to melt.
Yeah.
And they're putting a lot of wear and tear on these disruptors.
These drones count as humanoid. I know they're insect, but like they're still kind of vaguely, or
They look like
they're cyborg.
They look like my species.
Yeah, they're very similar to his species. They're,
right. I'm just clarifying for rules.
They stand on
it states clearly humanoid, so that's why I was just wondering.
Basically, it's like if cyborgs were.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know how.
By the way,
classified
I'm going to
this
be
species.
filming this. By the way,
Yeah, sure. You all have stuff to record this. And you can see that they set up another hut, essentially, another Quonset kind of hut, that they've sort of impromptu fortified. There's also there are a couple dead bodies of excavators, but there's also a lot of dead drone bodies.
Sure.
And there's some industrial equipment. There's one wrecked platform. The cables have been cut. And you just land sort of in the middle of everything. So, well, you have time to make a plan because you all made your sense trouble check. So as you're being lowered down, what are you doing? Or
I will use the arc zapper to clear us a hole. You all run.
well, you can run to the Quonset stuff for free because they're basically bugs, hut. Then you're literally like, okay, if this is the battery, like you're in the middle between these two. The bugs are here,
Right.
The hut is there, and so you're just in between the two, and like this is the sphere. So like, so yeah, this is the battlefield. So there's disruptor fire going around you, or like not. They're trying not to hit you because they see you, and they're yelling at you. It's like, get over here, help us. No, have them. No, shoot them. Blow them off. You're getting conflicting instructions.
Right.
can I rig up some explosive devices?
If that's what you want to do,
I get just as soon as we land, like
in the middle of the battlefield,
they're in aren't they in kind of?
they're in cover, but you're between them and their enemies.
Like you need to run over to them first.
Right.
I mean,
I will cover us.
Here's
Let's
they
see if
are.
the meat
Here's where the
bazooka
bugs
actually
are.
works.
Okay,
you're right here, getting shot.
That's the thing.
So everyone
but
give me
before we
an-
go, could I have rigged up some explosive devices,
Okay,
some
well,
grenades?
This is what you see as you're coming down. You realize you're going to be in the middle of the battlefield in seconds. So what is your action, Ethel?
I'm gonna run over to those
All right.
dudes.
So you could jump from the platform to the hut before the platform gets all the way to the ground.
I will do that. That's what I'm. But I was asking, could I have done that before he came down?
That's a preparedness check. It's a really high preparedness check.
Is it? Well, it's
Gee,
a good.
wouldn't this be wonderful if someone had brought grenades?
That's exactly my. I'll spend 4.
All right, we'll make that roll then.
10, bitch.
Whoa! Oh, jeez.
Sorry, a little salty there.
Yeah, a little
salty,
bit.
A little salty.
So, do you want grenades or a satchel charge?
Grenades.
Grenade. Yeah, you have a bandolier of space grenades.
And yes, my plan is as soon as we get like this, and get over to them, leap.
All right, that's athletics.
So
So it's athletics to jump from the platform to the hut, while you're still above the line of fire. So like,
yeah,
basically, as it's basically a platforming section. As you're on the platform, you're jumping on there, or because the gravity's low enough, you could literally climb along the ceiling and then jump down.
All right, I spent 3. My last 3, so 4.
All right, that was good. That's the minimum you need to not get in the line of fire.
Like, huzzah!
So Ethel, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm spending.
You need a 4.
I'll just spend 1.
Okay.
I might regret it.
Maybe.
Nope, I'm fine.
All right. Val, what about you?
I'm covering Io.
All right. So you're staying on the platform.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to stay tight with them while he.
There is cover in between on the battlefield. There's industrial machines and shit like that. So you're not, but you are at risk anytime you do something in the battlefield.
Right.
Getting shot.
Of course.
Friendly fire.
Of course.
So what are you doing? All right.
I'm going to try the Mitsuka.
All right. Your first one. All right. You fight. I assume you're just trying to get them as far away as possible.
Yes, I'm going to see if I can fire it into a cluster of them and see what happens.
All right, you fire into a cluster of them. Okay. So basically, several of them, not all of them, do have their own ranged weapons. Some of those microwave heat guns, and when one of them gets shot by the disruptor, another one picks it up. But when you fire your meat into your bait into them, it distracts a good number of them. The people in the hut don't know what to do with it. And they concentrate their fire on that. so they get a lot more hits than they would otherwise. The bugs are kind of taking cover behind rocks and things like that as well. They have basic tactics, so it's kind of like a World War I trench situation. You see some of the bugs are digging down. They're actually making impromptu cover for themselves. So, yeah.
All right, we're going to fall back while they are distracted by the load.
All right, yeah. With that in mind, yeah, you create enough by using the gun, by using the bazooka. Sorry, you create enough distraction that everyone gets to the hut without being shot at.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah.
So you all get there. You're all let in there. You see there are cowboys, rebels, and Karenites. They all look quite ragged and scared. They're like, is that it? You're just the advance team, right?
Like,
there's more coming, right?
Like, well,
our SOS got out. Welsh did. Oh no, Welsh died. Oh, I knew that they.
Like,
no, poor
hey,
Welsh.
I'm just like, listen.
He tried his best.
I am slapping him
down.
Okay.
Like here, like
number one crisis, one group of lasers.
Okay.
Besides,
number two.
Oh, they're lasers.
Welsh did get out.
Oh, thank God.
As a matter of fact, he was wounded bringing us in.
Okay.
But he is bravely standing guard to make sure that none of these insects are able to make it out.
Damn,
he
you're
is
playing a sweetheart.
watching your back.
Okay. All right.
All right. Besides, I think these might be useful.
Well, there's a lot of them, and they anytime they get damaged, they get dragged out by their comrades, and then
well, the thing is to not let them get dragged out.
Yeah.
And we did find out that cognitive dissonance does work.
Yeah. So at this point, a younger guy, dressed as a cowboy, he starts yelling at one of the rebels. So this is all your fault. You just want to do. We'll do it your way. You see, yeah. So
actually, I'm just going to take disruptor pistol.
Okay.
Set it to loudest setting. Shoot in the air one time.
Okay.
Now that I have your attention, we are all inside this hut together. If anyone decides that we need to be fighting each other instead of fighting to survive, I swear by all that is holy, I will disrupt you myself with the Stockholmer setting on this disruptor, and when you wake up, you will be a lot more polite and calm.
Are you making a spend?
Yes.
What are you spending?
What are you spending?
Spending 2 on downside.
Because
hitting somebody with a "you are my friend now" gun would definitely fall into illegal in these parts.
Oh God, he's a they're gonna sell us into slavery. Oh God, please don't kill us, don't kill us.
That depends on whether or not you cooperate.
Can we destroy the robots
We all
now?
cooperate, we all leave together. Nobody is sold into slavery. Do you understand me?
All right, they're cowed into obedience, at least for now.
Now we are all in this together, and we are all going to stay in this together. Does someone else have something to say that is a bit more reassuring than that?
I have grenades. That should be good.
That is also reassuring.
Does anybody have is there a
doggies.
tactics skill? I know there's naval tactics, but is there like a land tactics or something like that?
All I have is inspiration.
Inspiration would be good. You can be inspiring where I cannot.
Yeah, just naval tactics. All right.
I need to purchase.
There's inspiration. I mean,
well, this is more like assessing the situation.
Right.
And by the way, then I'm going to look at the ceiling where I shot with the disruptor before and go, "Oh, I left that on lethal. Oops."
Let's see here. What would be a good skill to assess the situation in terms of
forensic psychology?
Forensic psychology for free. You can see all 3 factions hate each other. Neurosight. What does that do?
It gives people the aura 42.
Okay. Well, it's not really that. It's, again, essentially how do you solve this situation.
Oh, it's the whole situation.
Yeah, kinetics actually would work. I'd allow that.
I have that.
Right. I got it too.
All right. Does he spend a point?
Sure. All right. Basically, the problem is, at this point, the thing is, there's a lot more drones than there are of you guys and your weapons, even with the grenades. The grenades certainly help, but even if they were all optimally placed, you're going to have to find something else as a force multiplier, or, these drones, For one thing, you realize they aren't super smart. So if you were to get up the shaft, their programming would probably force them to walk up the labyrinth to chase after you, which takes a lot longer than trying to climb up directly after you. So you need something. Yeah, you're not going to be able to win them, even with your extra numbers and with the grenades. That's not going to be enough to defeat all the robots in battle. You're going to have to do something else to do that. And also, with forensic psychology for free, I'll tell you that the Karenites will not leave unless they get the alien artifacts. And the other two factions are going to be very hard pressed to leave the artifact behind. But the Karenites.
What is the artifact? The whole
the
sphere?
Big sphere.
Yeah, it's like a 13-foot metal golden sphere that's just kind of floating in there. You see it over there. It's in the middle of the battlefield.
Will it be able to load onto the elevator we've lowered? The platform?
It would.
Okay.
It doesn't weigh much because it floats.
We all float down there.
You'll float too.
In fact, Essa, the leader of the Karenite faction, who is Ebola, she tells you that we believe it is essential that we claim and secure this artifact because it portends to a great danger that this entire system faces. So we cannot leave it behind. We must take it back to Abundance to find out what is the danger and how to stop it.
How far is the artifact from the elevator? Like how many? Like what kind of athletic checks or whatever would we need to make to get that thing to the elevator?
There'd be 2 athletic checks.
2 athletic checks.
2 athletic checks, probably a 4 or 5. You're not sure exactly.
Like 2 turns or like 2 people check?
It would be 2 turns.
Okay. All right.
The grenades, if you use all the grenades, if someone else made 2 grenade throwing checks, 2 other athletic checks,
right?
I'm making them.
That would cover them.
Right.
What would that be?
Athletics.
I spent all my athletics already.
So
you could also spend interpersonal abilities to get one of the other people, NPCs, to help you.
So we know the meat kind of works, right?
Yes.
So,
but we also know something else that might work.
right.
Yeah, the meat could substitute for the grenades in terms of covering.
Right.
To get the sphere to the platform to move it up.
Does the Stockholm setting on the disruptors work on these things?
You don't know. They're an alien cyborg that you've never been encountered before.
Right.
Science would point to no because it's a cyborg.
Yeah.
So it's programmed, it doesn't think. It has meat parts. Stock armor might have some kind of effect on it, but you're probably not going to be able to control it.
Yeah.
But there is another option.
Okay.
Courtesy of our data retrieval linguistics combo, we also know how to DDoS them.
Right.
If they were attached. But if we were to possibly jury rig some kind of signal, that would probably require getting our hands on one of the drones. Have any of the drones been killed close?
They're all in the battlefield, so you would have to come under fire from the microwave heat guns.
Right.
Okay.
But
so if we cover with the meat gun, bring it in, I can use my viral manipulation to see if I can find the basically bug signal thingy inside its head.
You know for a fact, because you already made those spins, that there must be the entire labyrinth around this chamber is lined with these holding pods for these cyborgs. And so you just have to climb up the hole to the one level of the labyrinth above. Actually, there's exits to the labyrinth on either side of this chamber. In fact, one near the hut. So you could just run down there into the labyrinth and plug it in and DDoS it. And you don't know if there's any bugs in that labyrinth, just waiting to see if somebody does that. So far, all the bugs have attacked from the same angle. They haven't even tried to surround you. So maybe not. Maybe they're very simplistic programming. But
if someone would cover me, we can try the DDoS and see if that will shut them down for long enough for us to start shoving the ball.
Yeah, I think that should be the first phase of the plan, is to see if DDoS.
Yeah, there's another platform that you can repair to get the people up.
Because
athletics check. Who's got what left athletics wise?
I have nothing.
Nothing.
I have 1 point.
1 point. You got 3. David, well, Yeah.
I can still inspire the people, though.
Oh, that's true. We could get them to run out and drag back a drone.
Or
do that.
I'm going to inspire
them
the
to run out and
people.
grab a drone.
We're not going to grab a drone from the ground. We're going to check the nearest alcove and see if we can DDoS it from there.
All right, you want to... Okay.
So if someone will cover me while I go.
Yeah, I'll cover you.
I'm going to leave cognitive dissonance here.
Yeah.
Just in case I do not come back. Here is the ammunition for it. Please load it and fire into the large groups. It will have the same effect as the grenades, but we have 2 different options that we know will work to neutralize them temporarily. If we have a third that will do it, I suggest once we DDoS them, we start moving. Mm-hmm. And once they recover from the DDoS, we shoot the bazooka.
Yeah.
And then once we run out of rounds on the bazooka, we fall back to grenades as number 3, just in case it takes us longer than 2 moves to get the spear moving.
I completely
But just assuming it works at all.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Grenades are also useful to keep at the end because if this thing's activating stuff and we've only been getting so many drones and more start popping out as we climb, rolling grenades down the labyrinth holes we've spawned coming down will be
invaluable.
A rather nasty surprise for them. So I concur with this plan.
Okay.
All right.
I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
All right.
Let's do it.
You will cover me.
Yeah, I got you.
We're going to head down the closest tunnel, the one that's right there by the hut.
Okay. Well, aren't you getting the drone first? Or no? Sorry.
Well,
we're going to go down a tunnel and see if there's any drones in alcoves to actually test on a live.
We actually just need the drone alcove itself.
I see.
Because that's where the transmitter would be, right?
That's where the transmitter is, but you don't have anything to interface with it.
Okay, so we do need a drone.
Okay. Inspire a couple of the stooges to go grab one.
Hey
you mean our valuable friends?
Yes.
Also, yes.
And we will provide cover fire while they do so.
Yeah.
Because our disruptors are fresh.
Yeah.
1 point of inspiration, you'll get a volunteer.
Hey there, little doggies. I got an important mission for you guys. I really think that you'll be good at it.
All right. So they're we'll get through this. We'll solve it. This is what Karen would do. We're Karenites. Woo!
Excellent job.
Green beam, blue beam, red beam. Woo!
Right on, little doggies. Right on.
Wait a minute. Gotta say.
If I die, tell DLC I love them. So.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Way to go, getting together a moon unit. Now we just need a Zappa.
All right, give me a apprentice check to see if you have more ammo.
Spending 2.
All right.
That's a 5.
All right, that's enough. All right. Boo! So that gives them enough cover for them to grab a drone. That's the metal parts are mostly intact. Should be fine.
Mostly. Yeah.
It's intactish.
We'll mostly survive.
All right, so who's going into the your side of the labyrinth?
That would be me, because I've got the skill in viral manipulation.
I do as well, and I've got lots of shooty bits, so yeah.
All right. So you cannot make a sense trouble check if you're doing the technical stuff because you're focused on that. So you plug it in and start, doing very techno-babbly things with it. You give me a sense trouble check.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. All I have to do is rewire the positronic matrix.
Nailed that one.
Okay.
So.
It's spending 2.
Okay.
Invert the alpha waves.
Yeah, barely misses as you're edgy. A different type of unit drone appears. It sort of jumps out of another. Well, it's very narrow, very thin. It's got very elongated grabber claw kind of things. Mm-hmm. I realized this must have been the one that pulls people out of the vertical slits, and it tries to grab at you, and you. Yeah. So it's up in your business and melee range.
Right.
So what are you gonna do?
It's all up in our brains.
He's really slender, man.
I guess I'll grab it around its neck, shove my gun hand in face, and fire.
Okay.
And I'm going to take advantage of something I forgot about earlier. My ocular input analyzer also works for shooting.
Okay.
And when activated for combat, it decreases the
hit
threshold by 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
So.
It missed.
So that way. That's 4.
All right, that hits. Roll d6.
And this is kill damage because I had it set on kill.
I would assume so.
That is a 5.
All right. All right, takes 5 damage. It staggers back. You see the metal parts. It's not quite dead yet. You see this going on. You're not quite done yet, but you're getting there. It's getting very tense.
Keep typing.
Well,
It's all right, Val. All I need to do now is just reroute the alpha thought particle waves.
That sounds great.
all right. So it's gonna spend 3 points. Actually, yeah, no, it'll still spend 2 points because I want to give it a chance to miss.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's fun.
But no,
Okay,
it definitely hits you.
Okay.
6
hell.
damage
All right.
as it tears into you.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And
No.
yeah, go ahead and I assume you're retaliating.
Yeah, absolutely. Same thing. I'll spend 1 shooting
Okay.
for a 6.
All right. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
For a 5.
All right. It falls down. Twitching. But as it does, it emits a high pitched howl.
Curb stomp it.
Yeah. Give me another sense trouble check.
Oh, you would fail me now. Nope.
Yeah, that must have been the only one.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so you finish. So what are you guys doing?
Well, how much viral manipulation do I need to spend to DDoS the entire hive?
You don't know. You've activated the DDoS as much as you can, but you don't have enough information to really go for.
So,
you think probably if you wanted to intensify the fact, you'd have to get more things to plug into it.
Okay. Oh, it's a damn good thing I've got another head right here.
Okay. No, well, that he kind of stomped on his head, and it's been
No,
shot.
I said the throat.
Okay.
Curb stomped in the throat.
All right,
It's fine.
All right. You can try that. Do you have another point of viral manipulation?
Viral manipulation is a general ability,
Oh, okay.
so I will spend 5 for the first roll.
Well, actually, give me a sense trouble check.
Sense trouble?
Yeah.
Where's it? Okay. I've still got 7 in that, so I'll spend 3.
Okay.
4.
Okay. There's something further down in the labyrinth that's moving towards you. Oh, now it's on the ceiling.
Point.
You can't really see it.
Can't see it yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to wire this second head in.
Okay.
Fortunately, I know all of the technobabble to apply to it, so it will just take me a few moments.
And also, fortunately, that I am a Sybe, so I understand everything you're telling me you're doing to it.
Okay. Well, you failed your sense trouble check, so it's going to take a shot at you.
Okay.
As you see the microwave gun sort of heat up for a split second. So like, I rolled a 4. So
Got it. Yep.
It's at distance, so it's -1, so 5 damage.
Okay. That puts me over my health threshold.
To what?
To a 12 over 10.
Well, I mean, what are you at now? Negative?
-2, yeah.
-2, okay. So -2, you're hurting.
Yeah.
You are hurt. Difficulties for everything go by 1.
Okay.
So when you get to -6, that's when you have to make consciousness checks.
Right.
So, it's not going well for you. So,
Right.
you're still plugging things in when you hear, and you feel the heat of the microwave gun.
I'm not.
You're not done with the
TV
viral
dinner.
All right,
Do you have viral manipulation?
I do actually.
Switch.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me a viral manipulation roll.
Okay. I'll spend 2.
All right.
For a 6.
All right. So you saw it, so you can return fire. It's farther away though, so your difficulty goes up by 1.
5.
Okay, that is roll damage.
3.
All right. Well, now it's shooting at you. It doesn't like you, so it's going to spend 2. And that gets a 7, so that would definitely hit. But only does 1 damage. Just clips you a little bit. So
Damn bugs never cut you any slack.
so you're finished at this point.
Okay.
So you can continue trying to fight the thing, or you could run.
Push the on button.
It's already on.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is where we run.
Discretion is the better part of valor.
All right. Athletic checks.
I'll spend 2.
Spend 1. That gives a total of 5.
That's a 3. So.
All right, he gets another shot at you.
Yeah.
It's spending 2 more. So a 5.
Yep.
And 3.
All right. Still not at -6. So
You're at -6?
I'm not.
Okay,
so,
you're -5.
Yeah. So
All right.
could be worse. But
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
So you get back to the hut. Yeah, they're starting to react to it. They're freaking out. So
Okay. Take advantage of their confusion now.
okay.
Right on, man. Right on.
All right. So yeah, you can spend another point of inspiration to get everybody to
Guys,
yeah.
little doggies, listen up. We can get out of here and take your big gold ball. Let's go, man.
All right.
Yeah, listen, I
that
feel
was super inspiring. So
Yeah, I know.
We
All
must
right.
hurry.
yeah, you all hurry. And let's see here. So you all start climbing. So you get the
also, I'm activating regenerate just
okay.
because I need that running right now.
Yeah. What do I need to know for the rules?
So, current health pool is where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So for every until the end of the current interval, so the whole sequence, I regain 2 points of health at the beginning of each combat or space combat round, up to the maximum health pool value at the time of activation. Oh, never mind then. That's not going to help me at all.
All right. This will, though. Hold off. You are not moving anything. I'm going to wave my tricorder space thingy at
Right.
you. And it's going to make a couple of woo-woo noises, and I'm going to apply my medic points to you.
All right, so that's what you two are doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you in the neck with a hypo. I've got 5 med points left.
Okay.
I'm giving you all of them so that you get 10 health back.
Great.
All right, so you get the sphere on the platform, and some of the crew, well, the people who push it on there. So they start going up. They don't wait for anybody else. So the other there are some other people who are trying to climb up or jump up to and just manually parkour up there. Let's see how they're doing. I'll give them 3 rolls. Not so well. A couple of like one guy is doing really well. Actually, one woman.
The Japanese slippery stairs.
No.
Oh,
yeah,
it's very popular right now.
So there's one woman who's doing really well. Everyone else, not so much. So most of everybody's still stuck down there. But as the sphere leaves, the drones kind of start scurrying out of the central chamber. You realize they're heading up the labyrinth.
Grenades? I think grenades, yes.
I was like, I have grenades.
Yeah.
Everyone takes away. How about you? Sure you do. Grenades.
Are you throwing the grenades yourself, or are you telling the crew to do it?
If that's athletics, I'm like, they better do it.
Or do you have inspiration or something like that?
I have inspiration. I'll give.
I have intimidation.
You can't do anything. You're being treated.
That's right. I'm being treated.
What do you have?
I have
What are your
cop talk
interpersonal?
1, flirting 2, and intimidation 1.
Well, intimidation. Throw these fucking grenades, so help me.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
Just like,
Spend a point of intimidation.
yes, Miss Daisy, I'd be
All right,
spending-
so Commissar Casey is like, for the good of the people, you will throw these grenades or you will not be allowed home.
if you retreat, you'll be shot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, where'd that come from?
So you take out a good number of them, but they do not go past the chamber. So after they're leaving the chambers, they're chasing after the sphere.
Right.
So
We should get our ship guns so we can blow these things up.
well, your ship gun is back on the surface, and you know where you're not at? The surface.
Well, we need to get there.
Well, how are you getting up there? You're in the central chamber.
The elevator's still really fast, isn't it?
But it's also in use.
It's in
I
use.
know, but that's what I'm saying. It's fast. Though,
You know what we need?
so-
Grappling hook.
It takes slower to go up than down, so it's going to take it longer to get up. If there's a damaged platform, you can try and repair that. You could parkour.
I'll try to repair a damaged platform.
All right. What do you have?
Systems repair?
Is that a general or
It's general.
General. Go and give me a roll. How many are you spending?
So I'll spend 3.
All right.
This is what I do on the ship besides fly it. I also fix it.
Press X to fix thing. Hit it with a hammer.
Press X to pay respects.
Yes.
Oh, 9.
9, yeah. All right, yeah.
I fixed it. Like
It's faster than the other
You
one.
just hit it with a wrench and like 3 times, and it's
KC smash to fix.
yeah, it's a nano wrench, and it
Space wrench.
Yeah, space wrench. So you fix that platform, and that'll get most of the crew up there, or you can get everybody if you're willing to test it. You know,
What do you mean test it?
well, like the weight limit and everything.
I'll
Like
test
people
it.
will be hanging off the sides.
I'll
like-
test it.
Okay, all right. So
Oh, wait, no, oh yeah, whatever could save the most people.
yeah. Well, I have to make multiple trips, but you want
Okay.
we can save everyone. Is that
I want to save everyone.
all right? So it's slow.
And by the way, I am going to spend my last preparedness.
Okay.
Spending 2.
Mhm.
Reload cognitive dissonance for a 6.
Okay. You got one last shot with it.
And I am going to aim down one of the labyrinths as we go
Okay.
and basically hit the wall with a patch so that as the bugs run past that spot, they're going to go, wait a minute.
All right. That's good. Because remember, you're going through every level of the labyrinth, and the bugs are all running up the labyrinth. And so that slows them down, but you're going slow. So basically, you get to a point where you're coming up the level, and you can just hear the horde is coming towards you. And basically, they're leaping to go from one side of the hole to the other side of the labyrinth. They're going to be leaping through you, and everyone else is just looking at you guys as they realize what is about to happen.
I activate Arc Zapper on all my disruptor.
Yeah.
And I guess here we go.
All right, so you're just going to try and shoot them all?
I mean, that's what that's for.
You could also try and overclock the platform to have it pull up faster so that you don't have to deal with that.
Well, once I
great,
fire
do
the
that.
last shot on the bazooka,
Okay.
I'm going to drop the heavy fucking bazooka.
Yeah.
Or actually, you know what? Wedge it across the opening. Why not?
Okay. Well, the tunnel sides are like 40 feet, remember. They're too big
Okay.
for the bazooka.
So in that case, fire the bazooka down and throw it in the tunnel, because why not?
Yeah.
So you do that. So yeah, you bought them some time. So you only have to make one check for this. One thing. So you can make another systems repair check to overclock the platform pulley system, essentially, to see if you can pull it up without breaking.
I spend 4.
All right.
Maybe
I
we
hope
should
this
go
isn't the
faster.
8th generation Intel. This thing's going to be hot.
5.
All right. That's the difficulty. So good job. So basically, everyone is just like, it's just everyone is looking at each other. It's a very, very tense
Actually,
scene.
I
As you're like over at this point, like 900 meters up.
Yeah,
you only got 100 meters to go.
I might just give him like
Yeah.
whatever my best,
But the
smile
cabling
is.
starts straining. You can see it start spraying when you get about 30 meters up, and people are just jump for it. So everyone's jumping 30 meters or trying to jump their way out. Are you guys just jumping yourself? You could just climb to the side. For free, I'll say you can just hold on to the side and slowly climb up. But if you want to save anybody, doing heroics,
What do we need to roll?
to physically grab you would be athletics. If you can come up with something else, like I would allow other things. Let's see how well they're doing. They're not doing great. Yeah. They're not doing super great.
Okay, this is going to sound really unusual, but can I use scuffling to attempt the Vala butt lift and just smack somebody in the rear end hard enough to knock them up?
Not that, but you could punt them. Yeah, you can. You need more force. You need the legs. So yeah, you could punt them up there. So give me scuffling.
I'll do the same.
Spending
Are we
3.
gonna take
I will-
all of these people? out?
Yes.
I
Because
just
that is a
did it at
badass
7.
action thing to do.
All right. Well,
4?
Yeah,
Why not? I'll
I have
join in.
scuffling.
yeah. They're just like jumping up and like, oh god, I slipped. Kicking the ass.
5.
All right, so difficulty's 4.
I know 7.
All right, so 7.
4.
5.
7.
All right, yeah. You save everyone. With
Big damn hero.
Violence is the answer.
people are gonna have to. Yeah,
Big damn football heroes.
8. We just.
yeah. They're wearing spacesuits. Those are padded. Like I mean, they're
It's
wearing,
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, not spacesuits, but like armor kind of. Well, padded suits.
Cover
It's cold then. Yeah. It's They're padded. It's cold down there.
We should get off this elevator.
Yeah,
saying.
the people with the sphere actually didn't wait for you. They were taking it all the way to the surface. So, as you take the ladders from there's another set of platforms and ladders and stuff like that. It's going up to from where you are through the breach. As you get close to the breach, you start getting your signals like, "Hey, there's some guys outside with a really big, neat-looking metal sphere thingy. Should we let them in?" They're kind of arguing with you. Oh, they're drawing guns on each other. I'm not sure what to do.
Now.
Oh, it's prepped.
Prep the ship now.
It's prepped. I don't know what to do with these people out here. They're yelling at me and each other, and they're all pointing guns at each other.
Really bad vibes.
Yeah. Can you get up here really quickly?
Yeah, man.
On our way.
We're on our way. Ross,
Yeah.
geology spend, collapse the tunnel. Right there by the entrance, into the great big hole. Can we fill that hole in with things?
Hey, David, you spend geology, I'll spend explosive device.
Okay.
I can
That
also
way we
spend
can-
geology.
As everyone gets through the breach, you realize, hey, there's a big ass plasma drill right here with a lot of power left in its fuel cells.
All right,
That's something you could put in there.
All right,
and
you find the weak spot in the rock, I'll put it in there.
Yeah.
There, and there.
No, it's more like drive it that way and have it detonate here, and it'll cause rocks to collapse onto the breach, filling it up.
That's the spot.
Yeah.
That is
Right.
your sweet spot.
I was like, we do the dance of
All right.
blow the tunnel.
All right. So you two are doing that. That's what you're going to be doing. Is the explosive device general or investigative?
Investigative.
All right. Yeah. So you can just make a spin.
Do it.
All right. So you two rush up to the surface, and you can see the three faction leaders: Jebediah Sampson Jr., the rebel guy is Ragnar, and then Essa. And they're all they're all pointing. They each have they're all dual wielding disruptor pistols, and they're all pointing.
Stop
at
that
each other.
Chinese standoff.
Yeah.
Wait, is that right?
It's very, very hard boiled. It's very John Woo.
Yeah.
And they're all yelling at each other. And someone's talking about thermal detonator and, how could you betray us and all this other nonsense. And
Everyone betrays me.
Whoa, little doggies.
Yeah.
I understand this is more rule of cool, not quite in line with the rules. But, can I make a shooting check to use the Stockholmer combined with Arc Zapper to nail all three of them? I understand it'll be a ridiculously difficult check.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Could I do that?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll spend
All the shooting.
all the shooting.
Yeah, how many points is that?
That is 3
Okay.
and 7.
7. That's good enough.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. 7's good enough. So, I mean, this is a tutorial adventure. So you Stockholm all three of them. They're way more cooperative. And they're eager. You can put the sphere into the holiday, and you can take off. In fact, everyone gets off with the freighter, and the bugs don't pursue you because they literally can't because they're buried in there.
Because we did the thing.
Yeah. So you now have the metal sphere.
Rotate the engines downward as we launch.
So
Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
yeah. So the question is now, what are you going to do with the alien artifact, or what are you doing now?
Before
well, we're
we
getting-
leave
I
the
think
ship, we do need to take Essa,
Uh huh.
Old Man McGucket,
Who's that?
the rebel leader,
Ragnar.
Ragnar.
And then isn't Samson, right?
And
That's
then
what we came here
Samson.
for?
Jebediah Sampson Jr.
Yes. We do need to return with all three faction leaders.
Yeah.
I suggest that we strongly encourage all of the others to get along with each other on that freighter and get themselves back as quickly as possible.
So everybody get along, little doggies.
Let's see here.
That was genius, whatever.
Well, right now, all three of them are sort of putty in your hands. They can't really do much, but
Does that wear off?
it does. I think.
At the end of the sequence.
Yeah.
So
So-
I've got them for, I don't know.
The thing is,
whatever's
they're
left
they're only basically lieutenants in the greater hierarchy of things. They're the faction leaders of their dig team, not
Right,
the overall
right.
faction.
I know that's not gonna help us long term for the campaign.
So
but for right now, we can,
all three of them are playing along. So they're asking you, what are you going to do with the artifact?
We will figure that out as soon as we get back. Yeah. I think that it is safe to say that we need to get this off the moon.
Yeah, it's in your ship.
And that is the most important thing, is getting it off the moon.
How about we call the government, the real one?
All right.
Like, was it the Combine?
The Combine, you could. It's far away. It's kind of corrupt and kind of inefficient. Yeah. So...
Well... Shit,
also, the ESSA tells you that there's it looked like ruined writings in there. We're talking about that, this is the key to starting or stopping a doom that's going to wipe out the solar system.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe it prevents it or maybe it starts it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So,
let's find out more about the doom.
Well, you got any psychic powers to read this thing?
I mean, I can read its aura, but...
you have a lot of red in your aura today, man.
So the question, it's also worth, obviously, a lot of money. Remember in the previous session, Glinda, the tech person that works for the Cowboys, was talking to a mysterious buyer. Mysterious buyer wanted this artifact.
The one we chased down and held at gunpoint. Yeah.
Yep, by reading her messages, there's someone off-world who knows about this artifact or was strongly suspicious of the artifact and was willing to pay a lot of creds for this.
Does anybody have xenoculture?
Nope.
I do not.
What about Gary?
Gary? Sure. Why not? Hey, oh man, that chloroform. Man, that's good stuff. What's up?
Gary.
Yep.
This might be a stretch, but... Do you know anyone in the xenoculture community that studies alien artifacts and technology?
Oh, a lot of them. It's one of the big fields.
I'm going to skip right past asking how. Can you please contact someone to try?
Oh, hell is grad school. What led me on my path was my grad school debt and the war. Mostly the war, but also didn't want to pay back my grad school debt. And the fact that I flunked a governor's son.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great, Gary.
Also the duel. That was fun. No, well, not for me. It wasn't so much fun for the others. Anyways. I'm sorry, what was the question?
Interesting, man.
Yeah.
We need someone who can show discretion to study this object. Do you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, not in this system. We have to go off system.
That's fine. We just need somewhere to be neutral with this.
Yeah. Okay. Figure it out. Well, there's two places. One is it's another fringe world. The Soar Republic. They lots of shipyards there. Big culture of flight. A lot of fighter pilots going there. You might have heard of it. It's kind of a minor world, but that's why the Soar Republic. Anyways, they got a big university there. They got a lot of traders, and traders bring in weird stuff, so they study it. So, lots of resources there, libraries and whatnot. I know a couple people there. That would be good, of course. Something like this is going to draw a lot of attention, maybe unwanted attention. So
discretion, Gary.
Well, I mean, it would be discreet, but word can get out. It's not we bring it through the back door, But then there's Dr. Yama. Dr. Yama, she lives on it's known as a death world, but there's life on it. So it's really 7 species death world. Like, we're not welcome on there. The alien life forms there. Anyways, there's a bunch of ruins there that she's studying. She's got her own little bunker fortress. Real paranoid too. Orbital defenses. But out of the way. I know her. Hopefully she doesn't remember how much I owe her. But even if she does, she's gonna want to look at this.
That sounds fantastic, Gary.
Yeah.
Let's plot the route.
Okay. Well, what about the 3 the 3 faction guys are on here.
We'll drop them on the way by. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah.
Where's Welsh?
Funny story.
I hate him.
No, he's all. I dared him to sniff the chloroform, and he did. So he's in the crawl space underneath your feet.
That's fine.
Okay.
Why is he naked, Gary?
How did he get naked? Wow, he was wearing a jumpsuit when I got on. When yeah,
It's Tuesday.
yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Dude,
Well, it's hot in the
fine.
crawl space. Maybe he took it off. He kicked it off. I'm sure. Anyways,
Plausible.
all right. So you swoop down to Abundance 5.
Yeah.
You're being hailed by the mayor,
Uh,
Jebediah Sampson.
we take his call.
Thank you so much for your heroics. Now, if you could please, the freighter was tell everyone on the freighter, almost everyone made it back. Only a few casualties, and I assume everyone saw my grandson go on your ship. I assume he's all right.
He's just fine, Mayor.
Great. And they also said you recovered the alien artifact.
That is inaccurate.
It's. I'm sorry. What?
That is inaccurate.
Inaccurate?
Yes.
You did not.
We felt it best that it be destroyed.
You destroyed the priceless alien artifact.
That is correct. The priceless alien artifact that called in a swarm of alien monsters that defies all known culture for a particular major species of the universe.
Oh well. When you put it like that, do you have any interpersonal abilities?
I got tons. I got intimidation,
Okay.
negotiation, and inspiration.
Intimidation would work.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
You spend a point. Yeah. So
how many do I need to spend?
How many do you have left?
I've got 2.
Oh yeah, you can spend both. Yeah.
I can totally just
All right.
grumble, giant killing robot machine. Grumble,
Well, you-
Arnold Schwarzenegger line, grumble.
Well, it's not even that. It's like that was an existential threat to your people, and how dare you even insinuate we should bring that? We have saved your life, you
Also-
ungrateful asshole.
wait.
Also, it's really
You know
not
what?
part
I'm
of
going
your
to throw in
vibe,
some
man.
reassurance right next to him, and it's. But don't worry. That is why we destroyed it.
Yeah.
So that it is no longer a threat.
It's really going to throw off your aesthetic.
All right. So
dude.
the question is, if you're lying to him, that's one thing, but like Jebediah Sampson Jr., Essa, and Ragnar are going to tell no.
Well, they're still under the influence. We tell them.
They're under the
They don't
Stockholm.
see it.
All right. So when they get over it, they will tell them.
Who cares? We're gonna be long gone. But
Okay.
Well, I think the campaign is going to put us here on this world for a while.
okay, kick the can down the road. Let's deal
That's
with one
true.
problem at a
That's
time.
true. That's true. Yeah, you've made your own adventure. Instead of doing another contract, you're like, no, we're gonna take this artifact. We're gonna figure out what the fuck's going on with it. All right, that's fine. I'm totally cool with that. So you kick them off. They're like, yeah, no, they totally.
Yeah, we totally dumped it in
You
your-
totally
in your
dumped it
star.
in there.
Yeah.
so.
I really just fly and fix
Oh.
the ship. So yeah,
Actually, here's
I don't
what
know
we're
if
going to do.
I think
As we
I love
dump
this
them
whole
off, we're going to tell them, okay, now, we told them that we already destroyed it so that they will think that it is already destroyed. But what we are going to do right now, as soon as we drop you off, is take it to destroy it. So we're not technically telling them a lie. We're just putting the story slightly out of order.
Brilliant. Love it.
So this way you can tell them that you did in fact see us go to take or
Does
go
anybody
to
have?
isn't
Isn't there a law ability or anything like that?
Yeah.
I have law.
All right.
Yes,
Wait,
and I've
no.
got it too.
Oh, I know. My other guy does.
I've got law. Yes.
All right. So for free, like when using the Stockholmer on those people is technically a crime.
Of course it
yeah. Two, when they put the pieces together, and they will put the pieces together very soon. Like that's grand larceny. You will have to like explain to the Combine why you should not be immediately thrown in space prison.
I don't know about this.
Yeah. But that's actually, but on the other hand, on the law thing, if this is an existential threat to your species, you have justification for doing. This is how heroes are made. So this is basically going big. Going big or going home. So like this is the going big route. So
I am not above the law.
Yeah.
I am the law.
yeah. So
I don't
that's
think that's
perfectly
true.
fine, as long as you can just if you get it once you prove that you were in the right, you're going to be heroes and make a lot of money. It's just if you get caught by someone before you get that proof, it's going to be real awkward.
Well, I mean, so far, we've invested in a lot of firepower. So
Yeah.
bring it.
Yeah, and you're going to. No one will know where you're going.
Yeah, no, that's totally why I went with option B there.
Yeah.
Of like, I'd much rather be dodging, turbo laser fire while we negotiate with a crazy scientist.
So I assume no one else is going to be raising an objection to that.
I fly the ship. That's what I'm doing.
All right, so you fly the ship to these coordinates.
All right. So Dr. Yama.
Gary should have him plotted. Yeah,
Dr. Yama in the space death world. So as you plot a course,
we live in a universe where we classify stuff as death worlds.
Yeah, I didn't totally steal that from Warhammer 40K. So yeah, you have it in your hold.
Mm-hmm.
It's still emitting a weird meson shrapnel kind of signal, but it's kind of slowed down quite a bit.
Right.
In fact, as you get closer to the edge of the system, it starts slowing down and it stops as soon as you get the edge of the system. But as you do that, you are being hailed by someone, an anonymous source. It's a transponder in the middle of nowhere. I'll say for free, you realize this is the same signal that Glinda was talking to. Must have been the same anonymous buyer. So it's gotten wind of it. It's not going to be able to trace you, at least for free.
Right.
But if you wanted to communicate with this anonymous person, you can. Or you can just be like, no, fuck you, and speed off.
Thoughts?
Hey man, like whatever part of the adventure goes, like that'll just be more knowledge.
I do believe that the Earth human Ricardo Montalban had the perfect statement for this.
Do you have human
scenario.
history?
I believe he said, "Let them eat static."
All right.
I'm on board with this.
All right. So it's just mute. Yeah. Hang up. All right. All right. So you don't find out what their offer was. Obviously, they want to buy it, or you assume that they want to buy it.
Sure, but they can't trace us if we don't answer.
Well,
that's how that works.
Here's the other part of that.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to prove that this thing is an X threat and not be on the hook for grand larceny, I'm fairly certain that selling it to the highest bidder kind of makes it grand larceny.
Oh, no, yeah.
That's
It's unsliceable that way.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's super grand larceny. The idea is that you would get enough money that you would never have to work again and that you could hide somewhere luxurious. Of course, the trick is also actually getting paid for it, not just being killed as soon as you deliver it to the guy.
Precisely.
Yeah, so...
And besides, if we were to do that, what kind of adventure would we have?
Oh, yeah, no.
All right, we're done.
All right, so you're heading to the death world.
safe
We rolled what? We rolled 1d10 to find out if we actually got our retirement plan off, or if we get the existential terror one.
So you head off to the nearby system to talk to Dr. Yama.
Yeah.
Well, first earn her trust and make sure she will let you in without the orbital defenses going there.
I'm sure Gary won't detract from this con.
Gary steered us wrong yet.
No, man, Gary's a good guy.
So as you head off, what are you guys doing as you're heading into warp or the bleed? So what is your downtime activities? Staring at the weird floaty metal sphere in your bay?
Actually, I'm going to be playing with the small little sphere in my own bay.
Okay.
His emotion sphere.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And I'm going to be dumping a lot of stored up terror, anger, and holy shit, I can't believe we survived that.
Yeah, I forgot to roll for your mission suppression. I'll try to do that more for that. So
I'm in the cockpit listening to Kitschvik speed metal.
Okay.
Bug speed metal.
Yeah. You realize you also can't tell your people about what you found because that'll give away your position.
Yeah.
So you have to keep all that secret for now.
For now. But
all right.
I'm doing that. It's going nuts in the cockpit.
Val, what about you?
I'm tuning the Peace Fist or whatever it is because
Okay.
I'm totally expecting us to just immediate turbo laser fire the minute we drop out of orbit.
All right.
And I want to talk to this woman, not just blow up all her shit and then piss her off.
All right. That's a good idea.
or have our ship blown up.
Also, yes.
Finally, Ethel.
I'm hanging out with the sphere. I'm going to try and talk to it.
Okay. Do you have any abilities you want to spend before we end that? I don't know what abilities.
I don't know that. I mean, I've got some.
You've got all those vast mouth things.
No, I don't have very many because you can only have like one or two things.
Yeah.
So I took a neuropsych, which doesn't. I don't think would. It works on organic beings. I'm pretty sure. So.
Sorry, I chose the one that the adventure had.
I'm just gonna read its like energy signatures and stuff, man.
All right. It's really weird.
I'm just gonna talk
to see if you can find the one that
like
works.
you never know like how space, time, and causation.
All right, so
I can just talk to.
The holiday heads off.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
So as you're,
they'll make you fat and kill you. Yeah.
To save the people who don't know that you're actually saving them, it may try and put you in jail. So just another day in the job of Blazer. So
because we're just 5 more assholes that live in this place. That's why I care.
Actually 6. Yeah. Because Mr. Welsh is still in the Jeffries tube.
Oh, son of a bitch. Did we not drop him? Gary!
Oh, yeah. Wait, I thought you were doing that. No? Okay. He's still passed out. It's fine.
Let him sleep.
We'll deal with it later.
Hang on. Check his vitals.
Yeah, he's fine.
Cool, guys. We got a new pet.
Actually...
Wait, humans aren't pets? That's the wrong word.
I'm going to be like...
I mean, is it?
Friends.
Like, dear diary,
that's it too.
I put my funk on some meat today. That was weird.
God. All right. So
it wasn't my
a human.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's fine.
And took an alien death ball off to meet some crazy woman who would probably shoot us out of the sky the minute we find her. It was the best day ever.
Today we were kidnapped by Hellful. Never to be seen again.
Today
it was
was
the best day
Tuesday.
ever.
So question, comments, discussions. Having fun.
Yeah,
No, it was a lot of fun.
All right.
I'm liking this.
Sorry, my allergies are kicking
Kind
my
of,
ass.
yeah.
No,
Thanks for going along with the open world stuff. I think this is cool.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
I know. I have a plot in head, and I know how to react to this. So yeah,
Great.
that's fine.
Yeah, no.
I'm enjoying the group dynamic. I mean, this is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I'm fixie fly.
Yeah. But yeah, the personality wise, there's a lot of interesting things bouncing off that. So yeah, we'll find out what happens next time. Head to the death world.
See ya.
That sounds like a pleasant place.
Is that like Death Race 2000?
Yep, it's exactly like
I
that,
really
and it's
hope
just
that's what we
fun.
find. Yeah.
Yep. All right. We'll talk to you guys later.